Yahweh, Ba'Shem, Yahushai, Ba'Hashem, Rakakadash.
All right, double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and salutations to the brothers that teach the truth and sincerity, and shalom to the hopeful elect. 1/3 is sincere listeners. All right, this is GMSToronto back again, prophesying the downfall of this wicked kingdom known as Babylon the Great. Okay, and right now we're pretty much waiting on major prophecies to be fulfilled. Esau to make his move. Right? Brothers are anticipating something big happening in the spirit.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Some crazy catastrophic black swan event that's really gonna shake up this world, man. Right?
That's right. Yeah.
While you people are out here bullshitting, partying, you know, living in mirth, avoiding accountability.
Yeah.
You know what I
It's
mean?
true.
That's really what it is. These people are running
true.
from accountability
It's true.
and just bullshitting, man. Bullshitting their way through life, frolicking around, thinking everything is okay. Oh, that won't happen in my lifetime.
Yeah, that's true.
Right? That's the mindset of these people right now, man. But they don't understand that a sword is being sharpened. Any brother that read these scriptures?
Yeah, real quick, beautiful here.
Yeah, look at it.
Go ahead.
Oh, let me read mine first. I'll just read one. And then I'll go to
Front door or back? You see the chat.
It's the spirit.
But he's here though. He's here.
Yeah.
See the chat. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Who's he talking
So this is because the 24th chapter, right? Because brother, simply put, talk about you people out there. You have no clue in regards to what prophecy is and what time we're living in. So this is the great counsel that's given to the Lord's elect. Select. This is Ecclesiastes 24:31. I said, I will water my best garden, and I will water abundantly my garden bed. And lo, my brook became a river, and my river became a sea.
That's the expansion of this truth,
Beautiful.
right? And then each person's individual knowledge in this truth, you increase when you apply. You know, if the Most High can trust your character through self-discipline, He's going to give you wisdom, because wisdom comes from the Most High. It doesn't come from you studying. As contrary as that sounds, in the world they say you got to study this way and have all your study notes to be wiser, but truly the scriptures say the Lord created wisdom, right? So if the Most High created wisdom, only the Most High can give you wisdom. You can't give yourself wisdom. You know, so the elect are starting off as brooks and then turning to a river, it says?
That's right.
That's His truth, into a sea. Yep.
Yeah, to answer your question, right at the top of the chapter, to what you just brought out, just in case you people miss it. The first verse, 24, wisdom, Ecclesiastes 24:1. It says, wisdom shall praise herself and shall glory in the midst of her people. See?
Yeah.
So yes, that's what the brother said, right? So straight, that's a spirit speaking to him. Just in case you people miss it. Okay? You can't tell wisdom what to do. That's the point.
You read verse 30?
No, yeah.
You never read it?
No, bring that out.
No, read it.
Oh, read it? Okay.
You're right there.
All right. Yeah, I should have started there. It says, Ecclesiastes 24 and 30. Just
Really, you could start 25 with Bakasha.
Beautiful, that's the spirit. All right. Okay. Let me jump back up. So, all right. Ecclesiastes 24, right, and 25. He filleth all things with his wisdom, as Pishon and as Tigris, in the time of the new fruits.
Yeah, those are very big rivers, right?
Yes.
Those are the two of the four rivers in the original garden.
Right. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Mesopotamia.
Yep.
That's right. Verse 26. Oh, Salaki. Go ahead.
No, you're good. Yeah.
Go ahead.
All right. 26. Ecclesiastes 24:26. He maketh the understanding to abound like Euphrates, and as Jordan in the time of the harvest.
Come on.
Right? And we know the great harvest, this was rehearsed so many times, right? With the Lord, we had a great rehearsal also in the time when He took us out of Egypt, and there were other instances. And we're now in that final harvest, man.
Yeah.
And we've been going into a lot in regards to the preparation, right? But the bridegroom, going back to wisdom that attended the bridegroom, that's how working with the elect, how he's going to prepare them. So it's very important, right? That's our role in regards to preparation, preparing with the bridegroom in the time of the harvest. Verse 27, He maketh the doctrine of knowledge appear as the light and as the Gion in the time of vintage. I look up this word Gion, or however it's pronounced there, and it means entity, right? And you can check it out. If brothers want to pull that up, that's a good word. Yeah, I don't think it would be on etum.
No, but this is going into the river Gihon.
Right.
Yeah, but there's a big river called Gihon.
Yeah.
Right.
Con.
Right? But figuratively speaking, the
But
entity.
it's just spelled different in the, in the Apocrypha.
Okay. Okay. Because I pulled up the word in thing, and it gave me that. And figuratively speaking, the entity within itself. Okay. And it says in the time of vintage. All right. Verse 28, Ecclesiasticus 24:28. The first man knew her not perfectly. No more shall the last find her out.
Yeah, because wisdom's never ending. You know, the first man, being Adam, didn't find her out. That's what it said.
Yes.
Didn't fully know her. Basically, he went off. Right, and the Most High set it up that way. So what we have now and what we'll receive through the second Adam, which is Yahweh Shai, coming back, Yahweh Rasa of the hopeful elect, will be greater than what was there in the beginning. Right, because the scriptures say, glory unto glory unto glory. That started when Adam fell, all the way up until now, up until when the elect get beamed up and everything is changed. You know, so there's no end to wisdom. You know, everything that's in the world, in the universe, in man, in beast, in sea, is all operated by wisdom. That's why the Lord told the Israelites through Moses, when you go in the midst of these heathens, this is your wisdom, this is your knowledge, this is the commandments. And the commandments show you how to, or teach you how to operate with the world and paradise in a proper way to keep it paradise. You know?
The instruction. But wisdom gives you the breakdowns.
The next few verses is going to
Yeah,
go
it
into
is.
that.
Beautiful.
Okay, go ahead.
Verse 30, Ecclesiasticus 24 and 30, it says, I also came out as a brook from a river and as a conduit into a
No, it's like you missed 29.
I missed 20?
Yeah, because you read the first man knew her not.
Right.
In verse 29.
Verse 29. For her thoughts are more than the sea, and her counsels
Right.
profounder than the great deep. Right? That's verse
Yeah.
29. And that's straightforward, right? Right? Esau lying to you that go down to the bottom of the ocean. It's a lie. Right? It didn't go anywhere. Right? It's just a simple example that you cannot search out wisdom.
Con.
Exactly.
And you don't know who she is. Well, you know, but you don't know. You don't have a relationship with her.
And
Verse 30?
Oh,
Yeah,
you
verse
still
30.
want the definition on Gihon?
Yeah, okay. Since you
I
got
found
it.
in the blue letter. If that's what
You
you're
found the
looking
blue
for.
letter? Okay, because it should bring it back to what your mother mentioned. But go ahead, bring it up real quick.
So Gihon, it says bursting forth, right? And then it goes into one of the four rivers,
And-
the Garden of Eden, a spring near Jerusalem, where the anointing and proclaiming of Solomon as king took place, and then that's pretty much it on that.
Okay.
But it says bursting forth.
Yeah, Genesis 2:13, right? It's the river, second river Gihon.
Yeah.
Con.
You. All right. Verse 31. I'm going to just read to 33 and that.
No, 30.
30.
You read 31.
Oh yeah. So it's 30.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Okay. Right. So 32. Right? Because I read 33.
Yeah.
31 already. Okay. So 32 and 33. It says, "I will make doctrine to shine as the morning, and will send her forth her light afar off."
Right.
And we talked about the light, right? It's a perfect example, man. Our big brother that got illuminated, and that's extended forth for to the elect.
Yep.
Right? The gift, he's the gift. To really the light, and what wisdom is flowing through the light.
Can you read
Yep.
one more time?
And that knowledge, that light, is a knowledge too, right? So the knowledge, it says, is spread out through the earth. We don't have to, like a lot of you Israelites, you look at these different camps, you're like wooed by the fact that they can jet set here, jet set there, do this, have this camp, and you look at the abundance of where they set up camps all over the place. Well, the apostles and those of Great Millstone haven't had to go anywhere. They sat still and taught it, and the true wisdom did her thing, like the scriptures say. So that light now has been spread out to four corners of the earth. And a lot of you are being exposed for your wickedness, because the scriptures say light has come into the world, and people love darkness or hate the light because their wicked, their deeds are exposed. So this truth is all out there. What's being exposed is your wicked deeds, and then who the men of the Lord really are.
Yep.
On top of that.
Yeah, the apostles were just on Mactesh, you know, the market,
Oh, come.
marketplace.
Yeah.
34th and 7th.
Yeah, come.
Right.
Long time ago.
Right by Macy's. So that's a big spot, man.
Yeah.
That's the we read about Mactesh,
Yeah.
right? That's about transaction.
Right.
Okay.
Business and
Business.
yeah.
Commerce.
Commerce, yeah.
Yeah, commerce, yeah. Yeah, hold on, you read verse 30?
Yeah, he read it.
Okay. I
Yeah,
thought you
that's
read
all.
verse 32 about the lake.
Mm-hmm.
Can I get 30?
Did you read 30?
Yeah, no, just read 32.
30 mentions about the conduit.
Okay, yeah.
Come.
Yeah, speak about that, brother, if you
No, read it.
Okay, I read it again, yeah. Ecclesiastes 24:30. It says, I also came out as a brook from a river and as a conduit
Ooh.
into a garden.
What's that word conduit mean again? I should look it up. Isn't that like a...
So,
Yeah, somebody get that Bubba Kushar.
Like a pipe.
You got it? Go
Pull out.
ahead.
well, today it's like a tube, but
Yeah.
Yes, the two there.
in ancient was different.
So in the etymology, it says conduct, guidance,
Mm.
escorting party. It says a leading, a pipe.
Yeah.
It says to lead or bring together, serve, contribute, with, together. I guess in con means with and do it.
Mm-hmm.
Do it
Oh.
means to, goes back to the French usier, meaning to lead, so with guidance basically.
With leadership, with guidance. Yeah. Con.
Yeah, like a symbol pipe, the pipe with the thing.
And what is the
Huh?
the 30th verse, the last bit with the conduit? What did it say in the conduit part?
It came out as a conduit.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it came out. Okay, go
Yeah,
ahead.
from a brook,
Yeah.
to
And as a
river,
conduit
and
into
as a
a-
conduit,
Okay.
Yeah,
into a garden.
Yeah. I looked up an ancient conduit.
Uh-huh.
It says it was a channel pipe used to transport water,
Right.
such as an aqueduct
Right.
or water supply system.
Right.
Right? And the word means channel or pipe for conveying water.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a good definition too. With leadership, the ones that are doing that, the 144,000. That's that leadership, the government body of Israel. In Revelation 14, I've seen Jerusalem coming down. So that Jerusalem is really, it starts with 144,000, which those are the conduits of this truth, right? Those are the ones that are leading the nation of Israel under Yahushua and the apostles, right, into paradise. Whether it's through death or through salvation, all of Israel is still going to end up in paradise.
Beautiful. Yeah. Whether it's water or oil that's in that conduit, right? And they symbolize
Real quick.
Yep.
Yeah, bring it up.
John 7 and 38, it says, He that believeth on me, as the scripture had said, out of his belly shall flow rivers of living water. In the NLT it reads, anyone who believes in me may come and drink, for the scriptures declare rivers of living water will flow from his heart.
Con.
That's right.
That's right.
Starting with the apostles' evidence, 144,000. Same. Yeah. Starts with them.
Any other precepts? Go ahead.
This is Proverbs 1, verse 20, and it says, wisdom crieth without, and she uttereth her voice in the streets. She crieth in the chief place of concourse, and in the opening gates in the city, she uttereth a voice, saying, How long, ye simple ones, will ye love simplicity? And scorners delight in their scorning, and fools hate knowledge. Right, so that's where we would mostly find wisdom, right? You can find the apostles and the prophets.
Yeah, speak up, speak up.
So you'll find the apostles and the prophets on the highways and byways teaching the truth in regards to their heritage. But Jake takes essentially that opportunity to essentially scoff, or sometimes you might have a couple, very few that might actually convert and actually be healed, right? So that's where you would mostly would find wisdom. It's not in temples made with hands, or it's not in the universities also. Right? Those places are essentially broken cisterns that can hold no water. Just go back into the symbol of water, right?
Yeah, that's right.
I have a quick piece.
Yep.
Isaiah, just about brother, Isaiah 30 and 20. And though the Lord give you the bread of adversity and the water of affliction, yet shall not thy teacher be removed into a corner anymore, but thine eyes shall see thy teachers. Right? So when you see us on the highways and byways, that's prophecy right there, huh?
Yeah.
And the Lord set us up to be out there to be a spectacle unto the people, for them to, even if they want to interact with us, ask us questions, okay? Because that's part of the ministry, to have to be out on the highways and byways, man.
Yep,
That's
forefront.
what the prophets of old were doing.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have the internet now, yeah, we can do sit downs, whatever, right? But being on the highways is part of the
Yep, the main part. Yeah.
Part of the ministry.
Yep.
Spectacle. So nobody can say, oh, we didn't see you.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? And then on top of that now, not only are we outside, but we're video recording it and then putting it on the internet.
Yeah, we're live streaming.
Live streaming.
Yeah.
Right? So people are seeing us, that we're outside through the internet.
Yeah. What you mean? Because the live stream. Yeah,
It's a live stream. That's what I'm saying. So there's no excuse. People can't say, oh, you guys weren't out there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We're there.
And he says, even though he's given us a bread of affliction and adversity, the teachers are still going to be out there.
Right.
So that's it's a big responsibility to be someone. It's one thing to believe in this truth and do your thing and work out your salvation, but it's another thing to do all those things and you're teaching on the forefront. Not everybody's a prophet. Doesn't mean you're not a believer, but not everybody's a prophet. So it's a heavy responsibility on the prophets to keep teaching, even though we're being afflicted. Okay, it all serves as a sign and miracle for Israel to see, like, yo, these guys went through this, went through that, and they still stuck to the truth. And that's the example that gives the rest of Israel to know that this is what it is. This is the truth. If Yahushua was wavering, I know I wouldn't believe in this.
Well, and let's add on to that, because you need people to look at us as a spectacle, right? And you need people to, not say you need them, but you have to have people somewhat come up and interact with you to some form of degree, right?
Yep.
People talk shit. We need the scoffers, right?
Yep.
We need people to say, get out of here, or whatever, right? It's all part of the prophecy, right?
Yeah, exactly.
That's right. It says it in the first verse. Wisdom shall praise herself. So the spirit that's impressing you is telling them, hey, come up and talk your shit.
Right.
Do what you got to do. But, the bread of adversity is going to take it, man. But wisdom is being praised.
Yeah.
Believe that, brother. Yeah.
I have a
You got some? Yep.
1 Corinthians 4:9, it says, For I think that the Most High had sent forth us, the apostles, last, as it were appointed to death, for we are made a spectacle unto the world, and to angels, and to men. And NOT, it reads, Instead, I sometimes think the Most High has put us apostles on display, like prisoners of war at the end of a victor's parade, condemned to die. We have become a spectacle to the entire world, to people and angels alike. And that word spectacle in the Greek, right? Theatron.
Oh, theatron, huh?
A theater, a place in which games and dramatic spectacles are exhibited, and public assemblies held. A public show, a metaphor, a man who is exhibited to be gazed at and made sport of. Right, so no pictures.
Crystal out. And to add on to that though, because there's a time, right, especially when the elders are out there, you brothers, before me, my time, there was a lot of interaction with the crowd of the people of
Yeah.
the world, right?
Oh yeah.
You know, it kind of died down now because people are realizing what we're saying is right, so they're not coming up and scoffing as much.
It's true.
They might just talk shit from afar in their mind, you know. That,
Come on the comment boards.
you know, but before they were bold, they were emboldened to
Oh,
come
yeah.
up and talk shit,
Mm-hmm.
you know. And
They shared videos. They,
Right.
you know, they sent video. Look at this. Look at these guys.
Yeah.
There's one woman. I'll never forget it. She commented because we were talking. The Spirit got us getting into the woman, and then she's like, I showed a segment of this video in my university
Really,
project
eh?
assignment
It's not,
for something about men and feminism or some shit. We're cussing out the woman, right? So, you know, how many of those occurrences happen?
Right.
countless.
Yeah.
You know, like if
Yeah.
it's just us, that was Toronto, like how many other brothers and you know, people just talk shit, and all those people are marked.
Yep.
Right.
They
Exactly.
never repented, they're marked.
Yep.
You know?
That's right.
Their lives is they might have got deleted.
Yep. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, few of them got deleted. Yeah, it's true.
That's it on that? You got? Click on.
Okay, Sirach 4:11, it says, wisdom exalteth her children, and layeth hold of them that seek her. He that loveth her life, and they that seek to her early shall be filled with joy. He that holdeth her fast shall inherit glory. And wheresoever she entereth, the Lord will bless. They that serve her shall minister to the Holy One, and them that love her, the Lord doth love. Whoso giveth ear unto her shall judge the nations, and he that attendeth unto her shall dwell securely. Right? So like part of it is like, you know, following the law, statutes, commandments to the best of your ability. So that's, and part of that is fearing the Lord. So when you fear the Lord, that's when wisdom starts to sup with you. Right? So it's okay, now go to this individual. But when wisdom comes, it's not gonna be honey. Right? It's not gonna be sweet, it's not gonna be a good time, because that's not how it works. Right? So when the brother met I think you read in 20, right? It said bread of affliction and water of
Adversity. Yep.
right? So bread and water are comforters, right? When you're like starving, you're hungry, you eat the bread and water, it gives you back energy, right? You get more life. But it's affliction and adversity, right? So it's kind of like, okay, so you're saying I get adversity and affliction, but I also get life through it. So in the truth, when you go through these struggles and strives and trials and tribulations and temptations, everything that happens to you, all the pain that you go through, is actually making you stronger, right? But if you see in the world, that's not a thing. Like they run away from pain. Like,
Yep.
They don't like it. Like especially if you're a trainer, you train clients, they don't like the pain. Like, oh, I don't like this, but yet they want the results of what the pain gets. So they think there's a shortcut. There's no shortcut in the truth. Like the scripture said, you can't come through the window or something like that, where it says,
Yeah. You come through the door. Another way. Yeah.
there's only one way, the straight gate.
That's right.
So, okay, I'll just quickly get to the point. It says, if a man commit himself unto her possession, and this is the point, for at the first she will walk with him by crooked ways, and bring fear and dread upon him. And I can talk for myself. When I first came to truth, it was like we were being attacked by a dragon. And it was like everything just went down. Everything that was going good for me in the world, totally opposite, right? But that's the whole test. The Lord wants to see, are you really about this? Right? You say you want all these things, okay, here you go. Right? And then it says, and bring fear and dread upon him and toward her discipline until she may trust his soul and try him by her laws. And then, I guess this is the point, it says, then will she return the straight way to him and comfort him and shew him her secrets. So you just get through it, over time, eventually things will start to get better, because even Job said to his wife, are we to receive good and not receive evil? So if you're receiving evil, good's gonna come. You just gotta get through this time, this evil time or bad time, and then the good will come. So that's the whole thing. You just gotta endure, right? Just like here, we're going through our own walks and lots, and we're enduring.
Yeah. Walks and lots. Yeah.
Yeah, right? We're enduring until we get to the end, right? So the whole point is you gotta endure, and how you do that, you go into scriptures and get the comfort food, right? So yeah, that's the point. Exactly.
The real comfort food.
Yeah.
I just wanted to make reference. When I found out that I was an Israelite, I was happy. You know, it was sweet. It was like you said, Revelation 10:10. It says that, and I took the little book,
Yep.
and took the little book out of the angel's hand.
Sweet as honey.
Yeah, you know, in the beginning, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? But then you find out that, your mother and your father got dead at the door, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
And you find out that your favorite niece is gonna go through that, you know? It's like, wow, like I can't believe this is gonna happen, right? That's the bitter part, you know what I'm saying? So in the beginning, yeah, it's, you know, I'm an Israelite, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, you're happy and you wanna tell everybody, but then when it reaches your belly, it becomes bitter, you're like, wow, like, damn, like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you start digesting the truth.
Exactly.
Yeah,
You eat,
you know?
you start eating the roll.
Yeah,
I'm
that's right.
holding it if you want me to bring it out.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, it's Revelation 10 and 9. And I went unto the angel and said unto him, give me the little book. And he said unto me, take it and eat it up. And it shall make thy belly bitter, but it shall make me in thy mouth as sweet as honey.
And what's the belly? What's the belly bit? Your mind.
Yeah.
You know, so you know the scriptures say that surely oppression makes a wise man mad. You know.
Yeah, and I took the little book out of the angel's hand and ate it up, and it was in my mouth sweet as honey. And as soon as I had eaten it, my belly was bitter. Right? Meaning
Right.
all of us, when we came to this truth, we all found out that we're Israelites.
Yeah.
You know, you want to go around spread the word.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
want to tell your family, you want to tell your friends. But
Yeah.
then when you start digesting it, you see your friends started like pretty much turning their backs on you.
Right.
Your family start turning their backs on you, start losing jobs,
Right.
opportunities. Right?
It can't. And you know, it's true. It's true. Yo, you're right. Hey, and to add to what you're saying, you know what's interesting about that is that if none of that happened and it went the way we thought it was gonna go and we got it, you wouldn't digest anything.
Right.
You know what I mean? Those experiences, like you need to go to your mom and your friends and be like, yo, this is what it is, and they need to look at you and laugh and scoff for you to go back to the scriptures and be like, yo, what the fuck? And think like, and then you watch the lessons. Yeah, watch the lessons, and then the apostles are telling you, hey, it's not for everybody, and then you're like, oh yeah, and then you're digesting it. So it's the experience that causes you to digest.
That's right.
If you don't have the experience, you're not gonna digest anything.
Yeah, that was it.
Real quick.
Hold on, real quick. Let me get some words.
Come.
So Revelation 10. So let's look up here.
Yeah.
Strong's G 4087. Pekrino.
Pikrino, which means to make bitter, to produce a bitter taste in the stomach, to embitter, exasperate, render angry,
Right.
to be embittered, irritated, to visit with bitterness, to grieve, right? And in the root pikros means a metaphor harsh or virulent. When you look up that word virulent, it means a poison. You know, so you get sick. You get sick in the mind because you start thinking about like what the brother was saying about the destruction. You're trying to rationalize it. Right?
Yeah, it's true.
Carnally, you're trying to balance in your mind. And
Yeah,
go
yeah.
crazy some days.
Yeah, it's true.
It's a whole digestion process, man. You know, it's not no month, 2 months. You know, it's a process.
Beautiful point.
The word belly is kolia. Right, it's the whole belly, entire cavity. The last part, it says the innermost part of a man, the soul, heart as the seat of thought, feeling, choice.
There you go.
Right, so that's why it says you have Israelites that serve their own belly.
Con.
You know, it's a
Kind.
representation of being a glutton, carnal. You know, just going after your lust.
That's right.
Beautiful. Yeah. Straight.
That was it.
Maya, you had a little bit more, right? Or
No, I'm good with
Okay,
that.
okay.
Shemai had some.
oh, Shemai, go ahead, brother.
Philippians 2 and 12. It says, wherefore, my beloved, as ye have always obeyed, not as in my presence only, but now much more in my absence, work out your own salvation with fear and trembling. So when we first came into this truth, we were trying to teach our family. That happened to all brothers, I'm sure.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
We're trying to teach our friends, family, whoever we're close to, we really love them. That's how you know how we really love our people.
Yep.
We want to tell our people, oh, get right, do this, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, you're chosen, you're special.
Yep.
You know, you realize they don't want to be special.
Yeah, they
They
don't.
want to be chosen.
They don't
want
want-
to be royal.
Yeah.
You know?
Because of the discipline.
Exactly.
That's why because a lot of Jakes, you still have Jakes who are trying to do this thing, and be an Israelite, and they're making merchandise, they're making money, so they want that royalty status, but you don't want to do it like you brought up, coming through the straight way. You know.
So I just want to have a precept. I was gonna let it slide, but it came back around. So the first time when you said, when the elders was on the highways and the byways teaching, there was a lot more people coming up. You know what I'm saying, listening and stuff like that. And now you said that, we go in the truth and we're telling our family members, you know what I'm saying, that they're Israelite, but you said I don't want to be special, right? So this goes into both of that. It's John 15 and 22. It says, if I had not come and spoken unto them, they had not had sin, but now they have no cloak for their sins. So what happened is now, with the family thinks that, you know what I'm saying, the laws are done away with. So if they think the laws are done away with, you coming and telling them, yo, you gotta stop eating pork, shrimp, crab, lobster, and my youth, you gotta stop sleeping with your brother, you know what I'm saying, your virgin girl, you know what I'm saying, you gotta stop sleeping with married women. These things cut them. They don't want to hear that. They want to continue living in that folly. You get me? So that's one of the reasons why they don't listen on the highways and the byways, where we're telling them, yo, if you're not an Israelite, it's not for you.
Sure.
You know what I mean? So all this sweet information that they were getting before, they come a few more times, they hear that, yo, you know what I'm saying, you gotta stop doing this, you gotta stop doing that, you gotta do this, you gotta do that. They don't want to hear that.
Yep.
They want to continue living in that darkness. You know what I'm saying? Now,
That's what Yahushua said, men love darkness rather than
exactly.
Yep.
That is the next precept right there. They love darkness instead of light, right? And you can't have both, right?
Nope.
You can't have both. And they don't want that light to be shining on them because they want to continue hiding in their sins.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
You got that John 3?
I have it here. I think I already.
You got it?
Yeah, 1 second.
Yep, it's true. It's true.
No. Yeah,
Okay.
John 3.
Yeah, go
Yeah,
ahead.
John 3:13. No, it's not John 3. No, my bad.
3 and
19 or 23?
you can start at 18.
18.
Okay. I got it.
Yeah, I know. I haven't heard that precept in a minute from these Christians. So hey, you're getting your ass beat.
John 3:18?
Yeah.
Yeah, it says, John 3:18, he that believeth on him is not condemned,
Right.
but he that believeth not is condemned already,
Right.
because he hath not believed in the name of the only begotten Son of Yahweh.
And that's something that you're dead when it comes to the name of the Lord, because you don't even need deep breakdowns, but you're something that's created, that God created me. Okay. So you're the thing created, and this is your name. And someone calls you something that's outside of your name, you wouldn't like it. So why do you think the creator who created you emotions from? To not like when someone doesn't call you by your name. You get it from the Most High. So it makes no sense to call the Most High whatever you want, but you yourself wouldn't allow that as you're the thing created.
Come on,
That's a high level of hypocrisy, man.
for real.
And pride.
So you got this camp, you know what I'm saying, who when you, in order for you to get inside their camp, you have to change your name to a
Hebrew.
Israelite name,
Yeah.
a Hebrew name.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But why is it important for you to change your name and go to your Hebrew name, but you're keeping the
Whatever you want to call it.
You know what I'm saying?
Whatever you wanna call
That
it.
does not make any sense. The first change is the name of the Most High.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? And then you go and change your name.
Yeah. And the son's name.
And his son's name, yeah.
Yep.
So now you're putting some respect on the Most High's and his son's name.
That's right.
You get what I'm saying? But you want people to put some respect on your name, but you don't want to put any respect on the Most High's name.
Yep.
You know, that does not make any sense, you know?
Yep. You can keep going. There's more on that one.
Yeah,
Yep.
so this is John 3:19.
And you got
And it
some?
says, and this is the condemnation that light is come into the world,
Mm-hmm.
and men love darkness rather than light, because they were evil.
That's right. And it's not easy, like, we're not saying that, because this truth is not for the weak in terms of faith and fear of the Lord. Right? You might be lacking and need things, but in terms of your faith and fear, it's not for the weak. So when you find out you've been doing wrong the whole time, and now this truth is shedding a light on your doing, and it's all wrong, it takes strength to be like, all right, you know what? I got to take this away. I got to take this away. I got to start doing this, because while you're doing all that in the beginning stages, your flesh is like, no. What are you doing? What are you doing? It's like someone who's working out, has been overweight, and they start working out for the first time. The first month is rough for them because they still have all those habits chewing at their mind. But if you, I forgot what brother mentioned it, but if you endure, I think you mentioned it, you endure the 100th time, the good time comes right after that. So it takes faith to see that. You know?
Yep. It's like, so like, because you mentioned the bones of
Yeah.
Mayweather, right? So that, you know, like you said,
That's a fact.
you just gotta get through it.
Yeah.
It's not always gonna be that, you know, the same.
You're right. Right.
There's also another one that says that another saying that goes like when the tap when the harder when the tougher gets how does it go
When the going gets tough,
when the going gets
the
tougher,
tough get going.
tougher gets going. Yeah, that's it kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't heard that in a while.
There was a point that you said, yeah, part of the reason why they can't endure is because they don't know when the end's gonna happen. If they knew, okay, I gotta endure for 2 hours, okay, I'm good. Just gonna endure for 2 hours, okay, I just gotta chill for 2 hours.
It's
But
true.
Because you don't know when it's gonna end.
Yeah.
It hurts. I know I can't do this, man. Meanwhile, that last second, boom, it would have been done.
Yeah.
Because these
Right?
people,
We
they
have no
always
idea.
come up there. When
Yeah.
is this gonna happen?
Yeah.
Yeah,
When?
exactly.
And that shows you the deception of the flesh. You're right, because if usually, and I've done this with clients, you know, like if you tell them, like you said, it's only take this long, okay, I got it, I'm good. But if you tell them, well, you never know because of these factors, discipline and all that, it could take this long. All of a sudden, excuses are coming out that never would have been there if you told them otherwise. So you're literally making up your own problems just because you have no faith.
Same thing in the truth too.
Yeah.
You know when Yahushua is gonna come back, they would do everything, and let's say Yahushua's come back tomorrow, they'll do everything until tomorrow.
Yo, Jake's crazy, bro.
Yeah.
Oh, I think he has one.
Yeah,
Real
so
quick,
like
just hold the
quick
one.
I just kind of like going back to what the Bible is going to like basically like this building of the truth. When you come into it, you know, like you feel joy and you want to show your brothers, like your family members, your loved ones. But for the most part, they don't take it, right? Like that breaks, you know, that causes you to like basically like lose like your strength and like you know like your like you know like your like the fire that you had.
Yeah,
Ultimately, you know that it's part of the trial and tribulations. This book of Psalms 38 verse 10 and says, "My heart panteth, my strength faileth me. As for the light of mine eyes, it is also gone from me. My lovers and my friends stand aloof from my sword, and my kinsmen stand afar off." Like when you see like you know what is happening in the house in Bible, it's not like you know your friend might see you there, like your fellow employees.
Yep,
make fun
it's
of
true.
You. They it's like you're here begging for money.
Yeah.
You know, like all these things, you know, like you know, it's really to build up your faith and to actually like make you separate from the rest of the world. You know.
Yes.
So you know, like that's you being separate from the you know from your family members. You know, that's that division that Moses is making between you and the ones that between you who he loves and the one that he doesn't really love.
That's right. Go on.
So,
You got some?
Yeah.
No,
I got something after you, Bozo.
So
Go ahead.
this is back to what we're saying about the endurance, you know.
Yeah.
You know, so like you said, if these people knew when Yahushua was gonna come, they would have stuck it out.
Mhm.
No, the year 2000 was like a big year because a lot of people thought that was gonna be it. You know, so a lot of people fell out of the truth then. You know, but when you and then a lot of people are like thinking like, you know what I'm saying, like, why am I even doing this? You know, like it's been saying, you know, when he's coming, when am I coming on? No, you know, he can't make it. You know, so this is 2 Peter 3 and verse 3. It says, "Knowing this first, that there shall come in the last days scoffers walking after their own lust," right? And we see that nowadays these people are they're just full of vanity, right? Things of this world, you know, not chasing after the true light, you know, which is this these precepts, ministry, right? And this is verse 4, "And saying, where is the promise of his coming?" Right? "For since the fathers fell asleep, all things continue as they were from the beginning of creation." You know what I said? So these people are thinking, yo, you know what I'm saying, I'm in Babylon, I'm still a slave, so what? I'm just going to adapt to the Babylonian system and just live off of the Babylonians. I'm going to continue to go to Egypt and the Egyptians for help. These are the ones who has been helping me from then. Not really helping them, but they think that they're getting help. Comfort.
Yeah.
So they just want to keep
Hey,
going.
remember they said the cucumbers, the onions, the leeks. So they're eating good. The melons, like it's not like they're eating shitty food in yeah, exactly. You can't forget the melons, yeah. So they were eating good in Egypt. They were eating, you know, even though they were enslaved, they were eating real good.
So it's the same thing then, same thing now.
That's right.
They're eating good now, so them say, yo, why am I going to even stop doing this? You know what I mean? I said, because it's been said that he's coming, and I know him can't come.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to continue doing what I'm doing.
Yeah.
You know? So pretty much that's what I want to say.
Which means they're just spiritually blind because the things are happening. You got Israelites. You look at the 2025 today, right now. You still think we're not coming towards the end? Like, you're blind spiritually.
Yeah, the funny thing is, back then, the prophecies weren't even being fulfilled fully because a lot of things weren't happening.
Yeah.
If they were actually in the scriptures, they would know that he's not going to come until the prophecies are fulfilled.
Yep.
Right? So now, when you look at it, the prophecies are being fulfilled. The prophets are on the highways and the byways doing what? Blowing the trumpet.
Yep.
Day in, day out.
Every day.
Every day.
Every day.
The internet, all you see is the prophets. You turn on your YouTube, all you see is the men of the Lord just, you know what I'm saying, preaching.
Yep.
Right? Can I just bring one more?
All right, one more. They got brothers waiting. Go ahead.
Joel 2:1. It said, blow your trumpet in Zion and sound an alarm in my holy mountain. Let all the inhabitants of the land tremble, for the day of the Lord Yahweh cometh, for it is nigh at hand. Read this precept and you look around you, you're going to tremble because you see wars and rumors of wars.
If you got the Holy Spirit,
You know?
if you got the Holy Spirit, you're gonna tremble.
Yeah.
Like a lot of you are just, you're hiding your head from it. Even though you're right though, even though a lot of people, even without the truth, the Holy Spirit, you are trembling, but you're like you're hiding yourself from it because you don't know. You have no hope, and I don't blame them. I don't blame them. You're looking at all the destruction that's coming, and you don't see how you're gonna come out of it. Of course, you want to know what's going on. Why would you want to know what's going on? You know.
They watch the prophets.
Shalom.
They watch the
Yeah.
prophets. They hear the message. They're wondering, is this true? Is it really going to happen?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So they're wondering if it's really going to happen. So that put them in an uneasy state. You know, that's it. They're like, whoa, like, I'm not sure if it's going to happen, but I'm still not sure. You know what I'm saying? You know, they're like, okay, what am I going to do? They don't know what to do. They're unsure, uncertain, like you just said.
Yep.
Right? That's it.
Con.
So Sirach 32:15, it says, "He that seeketh the law shall be filled therewith, but the hypocrite will be offended thereat." Right? I think we were mentioning about they don't want to go into the law, they don't want to hear the truth, right? And that's the reason why, because it says in the cut because they don't want to hear the fact that they've been going on. They don't hear the fact they have to stop doing this. They don't want to hear the fact that you got to go, right? They don't want to hear that. You know, my dad, one good example, he's a pure Roman through and through. He's like, if it goes back in ancient times, he would have his Roman sigil. He's like, all hail Rome. It's like, why aren't you a Roman guard like your brothers, right? I always want to be a Roman guard. I just look at it, I was like, yo, you're so far gone. Like, I'm not even getting this conversation. Have a nice day, okay?
Yeah, you just love them from a distance.
Yeah, that's it.
You don't want to curse them out or anything.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, because it's still your parents.
But you exposing the truth to them, also making them have no code for their sins. So it's also a dangerous thing.
Yeah.
You expose the truth to your family.
It's true.
That's a very good point.
But we have to do it. We have to do it. You're right, but we have to do it. Yo, y'all trying to be like, yo, you missed your sister. How come you didn't tell her anything?
Yeah.
You know? But yeah, you're right. That's true, man. That's true.
Three more scriptures. It says, "They that fear the Lord shall find judgment and kindle justice as a light." Right? So when you find that truth, you just bring it, you just grow it, and then it's bigger and bigger, right? And then your wisdom grows, you grow in the truth, right? And everyone's time to do that and their pace to do that's all gonna be different, right? Everyone's in different walks, different paces, different struggles, different obstacles, just like a character in a story, right, or a movie, right? And then, okay, so this is the point actually. It says, "A sinful man will not be reproved, but findeth an excuse according to his will." Right? So I think we were mentioning about the clients.
Yeah.
As soon as you tell them that there's no time, you don't know what's gonna happen. I can't do this. I gotta leave. I got this thing I gotta go do right now.
Yeah.
Maybe we can do this next time. Right? All of a sudden you have all these excuses.
Yeah.
But if you tell them, okay, this is gonna be like 5 minutes. Okay, cool, I can do that.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah.
Well, that's why like people are patient, man. They're carnal. Like, that's why those Thai bowl kick, those ones that people think they're doing something. Because
Yeah.
they're not doing shit. But you think you're doing something because the fitness person's hyping you up. Let's go jump.
Yeah.
So you gotta put in real work.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
the same thing with fighting. People think, I'm just gonna go spar right away. Like, nigga.
Yeah. You have to
you gotta chill for 6 months.
That's right.
That's right.
That's right.
Build yourself up.
That's right.
And just go in and spar, get your jaw broken. Like,
Yeah,
That's just to get the technique down. They want to get, they haven't figured out the technique. You just want to jump into the ring.
They don't got their stamina, conditioning.
Yeah.
You know?
That was it.
Con.
You had something?
Yeah, I do, yeah.
Yes, I'm after you.
Con. This is 2 Peter chapter 2, verse 2. No, chapter 2, 2 Peter chapter 2, verse 7 in NLT. So it says, but Yahweh also rescued Lot. Yahweh Shemeshah also rescued Lot out of Sodom because he was a righteous man who was sick of the immorality of the wicked people surrounded or around him. Going into the bitter, has become bitter. You're looking around you, you know, and one of the most bitter thing is humble than everybody else is going through hell, but they're becoming more prideful. It's like, what? Yo, I can't wait for you how about you try to, to get on these people. Because affliction is supposed to humble you. So when you're not being humbled, when you're being afflicted, man. So verse 8, it says, yes, Lot was who was tormented in his soul by the wickedness he saw and heard day after day.
Bro, man's probably hearing
Yeah, some weird, yep.
orgy.
Take that.
You know what I'm saying? Like, from how much beating, bro. Like,
Yeah, man, some real messed up stuff. And the crazy thing about that is that the Lord was preparing Lot the whole time, right? Getting him vexed with, because it's either you love the truth or you love the world. There's no in between. So the Lord, a lot of you Israelites, you complain. Try not to complain at all, right? Pray. But when you're going through hell, the Most High wants you to be like bitter so you don't love the world.
yeah, he wants you contrite.
Exactly.
Right?
Contrite.
That's
Exactly.
why the Lord looks for
Exactly. Contrite.
Which you look at contrite pretty much means like beaten to powder.
Yep. Beaten down. Yeah.
Mortar.
That's right.
You know?
Yep. And then it says, verse 9, so you see, the Lord knows how to rescue godly people from their travails, from their trials, even when keeping the wicked under punishment until the day of the final judgment. That's why these people are becoming more prideful, even though every single person is feeling the squeeze. It's because they're being kept for the day of judgment, And, last verse, it says, he said he is especially hard on those who follow their own twisted sexual desires and who despise authority. These people are proud and arrogant, daring even to scoff at supernatural beings, which, that's us. That's the hopeful elect. You scoff at the Most High, starting with the Most High, Yahweh Shai, the chariots, the angels, but you're also scoffing at the men of the Lord down here. Beings we're extraterrestrials or angels in a carnal body, whether you believe it or not. But that's gonna be manifested, right? Yeah, it's true.
Whatever raw. No, it's talking about judges' powers.
That's right. Daring even to scoff at supernatural beings without so much as trembling. So they have no idea what they're scoffing at, what they're laughing at. They have no idea. That's it on that.
Okay, this is Luke 12. The Spirit kind of passed me. You brothers are going into about tending to the flock and leadership and all that. So this is Luke 12 and 42 in the NLT. It says, and the Lord replied, a faithful, sensible servant is one to whom the master can give the responsibility of managing his other household servants and feeding them. If the master returns and finds that the servant has done a good job, there will be a reward. I tell you the truth, the master will put that servant in charge of all he owns. But what if the servant thinks my master won't be back for a while, and he begins beating the other servants, partying and getting drunk? The master will return unannounced and unexpected, and he will cut the servant in pieces and banish him with the unfaithful. And a servant who knows what the master wants but isn't prepared and doesn't carry out those instructions will be severely punished. But someone who does not know and then does something wrong will be punished only lightly. When someone has been given much, much will be required in return. And when someone has been entrusted with much, even more will be required.
Mm-hmm. God. Leadership's important. Very important, man. I think we talked about it yesterday. A lot of you Israelites, you want to get into leadership, and anybody you really look at it, anybody who was given leadership didn't want it, and there's a reason for that, you know. But that's who the Most High will trust, and all the elect, the 144,000, were leaders on the nation. So if you're, what are you really doing? And there's situations where obviously men have women that don't allow you to be a good parent, but the Lord knows that, right? So, but you still can't be a super Israelite and a nigger in the world and say that you're doing the right thing. It doesn't work that way, man. And it's a heavier judgment. It's a heavier judgment on them.
That is much responsibility.
Yeah.
All right, precept.
Come on. That was it on that?
Yeah. Just to concur with Jeremiah just read. It's Matthew 22 and 10. The point is in 11. It says, so those servants went out into the highways and gathered together as many as they found, both bad and good. And the wedding was furnished with guests. This is the point here. It says, and when the king came in to see the guests, he saw there was a man which had not on wedding garment, right? And that is what Jeremiah was saying, like, like these men came in without the truth, without the understanding. They weren't ready. They were sleeping. They were playing around. You know what I'm saying? When there was work to be done, studying, showing yourself approved, doing your lessons, they weren't doing none of that, right? So when the king came, Yahushua, they weren't ready. They didn't have any garment. So what? They were thrown out.
Yep.
Right?
And that garment is your mindset.
Gone.
That's what you're wearing. What the scriptures say, put on the elect. So that's you have to take on a mindset that when Yahushua can read minds. You can fool every other brother in here. You can fool even yourself, and you're like, yo, I'm good. And when Yahushua sees you, he sees that in your mind, you don't have the right wedding garment. It's like, what are you doing here?
Yeah. Verse 12, it says, and he said unto him, friend, how comest thou in hither?
Yep.
Saying he was thinking be a foolishness, man.
Yeah, always bearing or whatever, You're not rebuking wicked thoughts. You're just letting wicked thoughts run through your mind like, oh, it's okay, we're in the flesh. No, you got to rebuke wicked thoughts too.
Mm-hmm. That's it.
I got a script.
Come.
Isaiah 1 and Isaiah 1 and 3. It says, the ox knoweth his owner, and the ass doth not care, but Israel doth not know, my people doth not consider. So I know we were talking about a little bit earlier about the fact that they just don't want to do the right thing. You don't want to hear about that. That's not the tune that they're trying to hear. They're trying to hear, where are we going out tonight? What party we're going to go to? Let me get my 401k, my pension plan. Like, they're really just in Babylon, right? They don't want to hear about the fact that you're Israelite and that Yahushua is coming to save you, and you need to get right, and that the fact that Esau, so-called white man, is your enemy, right? And the whole joke of that too is like you have current events that show you that. It's not like you can watch on TV, especially you look in America, guys getting gunned down, Jay's getting gunned down by the so-called white man, but they look at that, they get angry, and then they go back to doing what they're doing for it. Because of the entertainment, right? You know what entertainment is to entangle their mind, right? And then here's actually there's two more verses. It says, a sinful nation, a people laden with iniquity, a seed of evildoers, children that are corrupters. They have forsaken the Lord Yahweh Shino Shai. They have provoked the Holy One of Israel unto anger. They are gone away backward. Why should ye be stricken any more? You will revolt more and more. The whole head is sick and the whole heart faint. So with those 2/3, the Lord just had enough. He's like, you got a kid, he's being a menace. You whip him, beat him a couple times, whatever. Normally you should get right? But it doesn't work with him. He's just I don't care. F my dad.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of that where
stone him.
Yeah, you stone him.
And they don't, slack it. And a lot of Israelites don't understand that. They don't understand, like, if you have a small child or someone who's under you, they're supposed to be afraid of you. You're bigger, you're stronger, you're a whole ass thing to them.
Yeah.
If you're telling them not to do something and they're not even listening to that, you're using a stern voice, and then you use physicality and they're still like, F you, what do you think is left of that child?
Yeah.
They gotta go. They gotta go. That's it.
And in a righteous kingdom, right? You wouldn't care about having to take that little nigga out. because you can have another.
True,
child.
true,
Right?
true,
You know,
true,
multiple children.
True.
Just one, you just have to get sacrificed because whatever
Yeah,
it is.
it's true.
Righteously, though, you know what I mean? Because
Yeah.
being a bastard.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
Right? But then in this world, like, oh no, not my son, I still love him.
Yeah.
You know, but he's being a nigga though.
Yeah,
You see what I'm saying? It's pure confusion. So,
yeah. And back then, man,
Going in well.
no.
yeah, and back then, man, Israel, we cared about all of Israel. You couldn't just let someone roam around being wicked because it's going to affect the children, it's going to affect this person and that person.
It's contagious.
Yeah.
It's contagious.
Everybody raised the children.
Exactly.
You know, the community you're in, everybody raised the children. And
Yeah.
children have to respect elders. Right? That couldn't have been, it didn't have to be your mother or your father, but
Yeah.
if they're an elder to you. You have to
Uncles,
listen to them.
yeah, it's true.
You know what I mean?
True, true,
That's
true.
in the Caribbean too.
Yeah.
You can't pass someone that's older than you in the morning and not say good morning.
Right.
Con.
You get
Yep.
smacked, or they tell your parents, then you get beaten up.
There's a fear of teachers, if I may add also.
Yeah.
A fear of teachers, right? And a strong respect for teachers, because you know you can't play around with teachers. Because if you did, they would send you to the dean's office, and so they'll beat you, and then you get the second round with your parents. So that fear is lacking in this society.
Absolutely.
Right? The scriptures say that in Timothy somewhere, the law is not made for a righteous man, but for somebody who's kind of ungodly or a whoremonger, or someone who's essentially like that doesn't have any fear.
Yeah, bring it up. Bring it up.
You got these Jakes, man, they're fucking out on bail. Their mom put up the house for them to get them out on bail.
Yeah.
They're just fucking degenerates, man.
Yeah.
And then they get shot. Oh, he was a good boy. Everyone loved him. He made people smile, and he was a fucking drug dealing wicked nigga. Adulterer. A stubborn, in Deuteronomy, brothers are quoting it, right?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
It said he's stubborn, he's a glutton and a drunkard.
Exactly. All three.
So that shows you that's not a prepubescent child. That's a
Yeah, exactly.
that's
Yeah.
an older son.
Yeah, that's a good
man
point.
of age.
Yeah, that's a good point.
You pass your
12, past 12.
Yeah, you pass 12.
Yeah, it's true.
That's
a good point.
Which comes with responsibility.
Yeah,
So if you're just hanging around, no responsibility,
yeah,
you're influencing other people. That's how these gangs and all that shit started.
yeah. Con.
There's these gangs that raise a lot of these kids,
Yeah,
not the parents.
yeah. It's true. Yeah, very, very true.
Or a wicked older brother or something.
Yeah.
I was just gonna add a point.
Yeah,
You
go
said,
ahead.
That's why you see, like, the mom, she does that where she says, "Oh, good kid," but that's why the mom always unconditioned love the child. It's always unconditional, even if he's wicked, it doesn't matter. That's why you need the dad there. That's why he's
She's
here.
all emotional.
Exactly.
Mhm.
So he's like, "No, this guy's being wicked. You're stoning him." What the fuck?
Yeah, that's it.
What the fuck are you talking about? Love is you. He's being wicked, right? But because, like you said, these gang, all this stuff is happening because really Esau's
Took
eyes
out.
looking backwards. So we're not following. We can't establish a lot. So we can't put these guys out. So then, like you said, it spreads like a virus.
God, you got grown men scared of a gang of 10 little hooligans, man, just saying with the ski mask.
Yeah. Yeah.
They might have guns and shit. So you
Crazy.
gotta, as a grown man,
Yeah. Yeah.
But that's why it starts in school where they're fighting the teachers now.
Yeah.
Fighting the
Taking
teacher,
taking their eyes
fuck
out.
you,
Yeah.
you know? Punching them.
Yeah.
To my eyes, I see that.
Yeah, you seen that? Yeah. I was gone. Took out the eye with one knock.
Oh, really, man? That was crazy.
Con. Yeah, go ahead.
This is 1 Timothy 1 verse 9, and it says, knowing this, that the law is not made for a righteous man, but for the lawless and disobedient, for the ungodly, and for the sinners, and for unholy and profane, for murderers of fathers and mothers, of mothers, for manslayers, for whoremongers, for them that defile themselves with mankind, for man-stealers, for liars, for perjured persons, and if there be anything that is contrary to sound doctrine. Right, so that's the importance of the law. The law is essentially slack in this society. Right?
Yeah.
Non-existent.
Non-existent.
And that's the Esau's doing, right? But then you want to point the finger at the Israelites, at Jake now, and be like, "Oh, look at them! Look at these monkeys! They're acting
It's
up.
true. Yeah, that's
Monkey
true.
Shots, all the dumb shit, right? But this is going under your rulership.
Yeah.
You have the ability, you have the authority
To stop it, yeah.
Stop this.
Yeah.
But you want this,
Yeah.
right? So you're a hypocrite.
Yeah.
And you got certain states in America where you can beat your children, but they send them to a facility.
Okay.
You have like camps.
Yeah,
And they'll come scoop you up when you're sleeping. They'll be like, what's
Oh,
going
yeah,
on?
that's
Here, we're here to help you.
What's going on? Hey.
I want to go, Mom! Mom! Yeah. And then, but what happens there, they get some discipline, but they also get degenerates that work there. They might sexually assault them.
That's true.
You know, they watch them when they sleep. You know, they just beat them for no reason.
Yeah, it's true.
So it's just backwards, bro.
Yeah,
And that's what household is supposed to start at the household.
Mm.
You know, you're paying racks and racks of thousands of dollars to send your child to some disciplinary, and then they come back all messed up. Of course.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
You paid for them to get abused.
Yeah, literally.
We can't really depend on Esau to uphold the laws, because his beauty is to keep us further and further away from Yahweh Shai, right? So how does he do that? By giving us, by keeping us away from the commandments, right? Keeping us in wickedness, you know? Pretty much what he has done, he has terraformed the world to suit himself, and then bring the Israelites into that world so they can live like how he lived, like a beast man, right? And the more beast-like we are, the further we are from our power, which is our energy source, which is the light. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's what he does. So he's in his lot. He's doing his job. He's keeping us away from our power.
Yeah. Well, I mean, everybody, I guess. It's just that the have Yahweh Shai, the whole full life.
Come.
That quick one.
Come.
James. Okay. I'm sorry. James 4:6, it says, "But he giveth more grace, wherefore he saith, Yahweh Shai resisteth the proud, but giveth grace unto the humble." Right. So you were saying about those Israelites. I think you said the wicked 2/3.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Really, is because they don't want to submit to the Most High.
Mm-hmm.
Right. He presented himself to everybody the same way.
Mm-hmm.
And they chose not to do that way. Now we know obviously it was part of their lot and everything like that, but they made a choice.
Yeah.
He's very fair. He's like, I give you this choice, I give you this choice. What are you gonna do?
Yeah.
I give you the blue pill, I give you the red pill. They chose the wrong one, right? And they keep doing it because he's still here, putting out his hand. Hey, I'm still here, right? Take my hand. I'm still here. Eventually, he's gonna remove his face, and then that's when all the bad stuff happens. I say, oh yeah, yo, shit. You know, I want to get right now. It's too late.
That dream was there, right? The brother was, I don't know if you watched the video.
Yeah, I watched that.
They're
Yeah.
going through the scriptures. Like, don't you remember Deuteronomy? I was here with you. That's crazy, bro. That's crazy. You're gonna go into the scriptures when you see when you see the end. You're gonna go into the scripture to plead your case. That's insane. That's how you know they're terrified, because you're not thinking straight. You're just fulfilling prophecy.
Wow. But if you get to the point where it says, they come and tell you, don't you remember? So the point is, if somebody comes to you in the world and says, don't you remember who I am? Do you really have a relationship with that person?
It's true. Yeah, you're a good point.
He said
Very
that.
good point.
That's what the Lord said, right?
Yeah, it's a very good point.
Scripture, it says,
He's either knows you or he doesn't.
You know of me, but I don't know you.
Mm-hmm.
And it goes into his reputation, which is his name, and wisdom. Go back to wisdom real quick. Ecclesiastes 24:1, it says, wisdom will what? Glorify herself, will make herself known in the minds of her people. So wisdom is a star. That's the whole point. That's what we're saying. We're not saying anything else, man. You know, the song says, the guy says this, I don't like to quote him. He always wear these fake shit, big arms and shit, get out the way, move. Right? Ludicrous. Hey, wisdom is saying, get out the way, and let wisdom lead. But anyway, that's the point right there.
Yep, go ahead.
Verse 7, it says, submit yourself, therefore, to Yahweh Shai, resist the devil, and he will flee from you. And then it says, draw nigh to Yahweh Shai, and he will draw nigh to you. Cleanse your hands, you sinners, and purify your minds, you double-minded. Right? So if you are like, those guys in the world, I'll just say everyone, the ones that want to get right, the closer you try to get to the Most High is by you following the law, such commands to the best of your ability. When you consistently try to do that, you're going to get better at doing it. It's just like playing sports. The more you do it, the better you get at it. It says consistency, not consistency, Some days the father of skill.
Repetition.
Yeah, repetition is the father of skill.
Yep.
So if you keep repeating the right thing, eventually you're gonna get
good.
good. It's just very simple.
Yep.
But because to do the right thing in this society, it's difficult.
Yep.
It's hard.
Yep.
It doesn't feel good. So that's why they don't really want to do it, because if you really go down to it, you want to keep it really honest. Their spirits are weak.
Yep. And they have no faith, really.
Yeah.
They have no faith
That's why the
because
spirits are weak.
yeah,
Same
exactly,
thing, same
exactly.
thing.
No, you're
Yeah,
right. You're right.
yeah.
That's why the spirit is because we started off weak too,
Yeah, of course.
and we became strong, like you said, over repetition.
Yeah.
Right, but it's because we believed. There's been lots of times where brothers have felt like, I don't know, does this really make sense to do this now, or should I keep doing this? And it's like the spirit is talking like, remember these scriptures, remember this. You know what? I got to keep pushing forward because I know the Lord's going to strengthen me.
And then taking brothers' testimonies, right? We
Yeah.
heard the testimonies of the apostles and the bishops.
Exactly.
And elders.
Yeah.
That gives us, faith in a boost.
Con.
Just to quickly back you up, this is Proverbs 24:10. If thou faint in the day of adversity, thy strength is small. Right? In the NLT, it says, if you fail under pressure, your strength is too small.
Mm.
Yep.
That's right.
This is
You got a script? Come.
Ecclesiastes 9 and 11. I returned and saw under the sun that the race is not to the swift, nor the battle to the strong, neither yet bread to the wise, nor yet riches to men of understanding, nor yet favor to men of skill, but time and chance happeneth to them all. For man also knoweth not his time, as the fish in an evil net, and as the birds that are caught in the snare, so are the sons of men snared in an evil time, when it faileth suddenly upon them. And pretty much the point being is that the Lord is dealing with who he wants to deal with, right? Not to the perception of the world,
Con.
right? How
That's right.
the world has this, they have this perfect
Preconceived,
person, preconceived notion of this person got it going on, and da.
Yeah.
The Lord is dealing with anomalies, all right?
Yeah.
Something that you wouldn't expect, the underdog, right?
That's a fact.
Something that the world cannot receive, right? Just like they couldn't receive Yahushua.
Yep, that's right.
That was it?
Yeah.
Real quick, this is 1 Corinthians 1 and 25. I'll read it in the NLT. It says, this foolish plan of the Most High is wiser than the wisest of human plans. And the Most High's weakness is stronger than the greatest of human strength. Remember,
No, this is good.
Yeah, it's good. It's good.
It says, verse 26, remember, dear sisters, that few of you were wise in the world's eyes, or powerful, or wealthy when the Most High called you. Instead, the Most High chose things the world considers foolish in order to shame those who think, and he chose things that are powerless to shame those who are powerful. The Most High chose things despised by the world, things counted as nothing at all, and used them to bring to nothing what the world considers important. As a result, no one can ever boast in the presence of the Most High. That was it.
And this is why you got TV snakes went down like that. He was on high and dropped boof like a breadfruit, right? Because with no breadfruit.
Yeah.
It's up there, it's heavy, right?
Yeah.
So as far as you can hear it from far, that's how he felt. And they had him thinking that, he was smart, he was this, he was that, he was a Dr. TV Snakes. You know what I'm saying? Look at him. Look at him.
Yeah, and that's outside the temple. Outside the temple, whorehouse madness.
So imagine inside the
So
temple.
imagine inside the temple. But we get to watch those dudes, and it never ends well for them. Just pull up the history, you folks at home. Pull up the history on those guys.
Yeah, go ahead, Doc.
Real quick one. 1 Samuel 16 and 7. Okay, I'll go and read it. It says, but the Lord Yahweh Shai said to Samuel, don't judge by his appearance or height, for I have rejected him. The Lord Yahweh Shai doesn't see things the way you see them. People judge by outward appearance, but the Lord Yahweh Shai looks at the life. Right, just to kind of add what the brother was saying, because the Lord doesn't really care about that stuff. He cares. He said to, I think that's why he took David. You look at all of his brothers.
Yeah, yeah,
he took
yeah.
The smallest one.
Yeah,
To take down Goliath.
Khan.
Right? So he always does that. He always takes the small to show you. And it's just to exalt his power. Like, I can do this.
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly.
I can do anything. I can take this man that you look down on. You don't take him seriously. You look at him stupid, and make him more powerful than you.
Yep.
And that's when you get confounded. And you start asking the guy, like, how do you, like, what's going on? It's like, my power. I'll show that.
That's right. Yeah, Khan. That's it.
That's it. That was just that.
I'm holding that account.
Okay, Khan, go ahead.
1 Samuel 17, verse 44, and it says, "And the Philistine said unto David, Come to me, and I will give thy flesh to the fowls of the air, and the beasts of the field. And then said David to the Philistine, Thou comest me with a sword, and a spear, and with a shield, but I come to thee in the name of the Lord Yahweh, Shai of hosts, and God of Israel, whom thou hast defied."
So David was in the spirit of Ephesians 6 and 12. The weapons of our warfare are not carnal, but spiritual. And that's how he came in that spirit. It's like, listen, all I need is the name of the Lord.
It's sad what you're saying, but also that's why I'm like, if he got picked that way, they picked him. It's like, all right, I'm gonna do this. You're dying. That's it. He had that confidence. Right? If the Lord picked me to do this, that means I'm going through you.
That's right. That's right.
They all, and that's the same confidence that
the elect.
Yeah, the elect are gonna have right now, right?
Yeah.
Because we're also going through, the hopeful elect are going through tough obstacles where it looks like there's actually no hope. Like there's no way to get out of this.
It's true.
Right? It looks like that.
Yeah, it's true.
Right? It looks like that, but there's always a way out. As long as you cleave unto the Lord, there's always a way out because He'll show you. He's like, go this way. Or you just do something like, oh shit.
Yeah.
Right?
And once you get out of it, your faith goes up.
Yeah.
I got this real quick. Based upon confidence, right? Having self-confidence. Because the Lord doesn't want someone who doesn't believe. And so it says here, this is Sirach 4 and 20 in a GNT. It says, take advantage of opportunities, but guard yourself against evil. Don't underrate yourself, right? Which doesn't mean you boast yourself. You just don't underrate yourself. Give yourself a fair and honest examination. And it says, humility deserves honor and respect, but a low opinion of yourself leads to sin.
Yep.
And it's true.
I might as well go off. I'm in
Exactly.
the flesh.
Yep.
You're choked out by your own opinion.
Exactly.
Yeah, don't let your sins weigh you down.
Yep. Con.
Mm-hmm.
And it says, don't let others have their way at your expense. Do not bring your own ruin by giving up your rights. Never hesitate to speak out when the occasion calls for it. Don't hide your wisdom. Your wisdom and education can be known only by what you say.
So that goes into doing your videos, you know what I mean? If you have this truth, you got the light, teach, man.
That's it.
Spirit's on you, you know? Even if you're in a setting like this or it's on the highways, if you have a point, bring it out. If there's scripture, bring it out.
Yeah.
You know, don't hide it, man.
Yeah. That's right.
Hey, beautiful. The part that talks about don't let others.
Yeah.
It's talking about, you. You give into these 2/3 people telling you that everything is good, right? And you keep sliding the real instruction that's coming from the men of the Lord, right? So that's a wicked influence. Don't let those people have that influence on you to choke you out, to say that everything is good with me, when you know that everything is not good with you.
Yeah, self-righteous.
That's right.
Yeah.
Right? Serving your own belly. You know, there's,
What is there more in that?
Yeah, there's more.
Oh, okay, fine.
More. It says here, no, it's all good. It's good. It says, verse 25, do not, however, go against the truth. And remember that you do not know everything. Don't be ashamed to confess your sins. There is no point in trying to stop a river from flowing. Don't, and it's true, man. Like, and that's power. You know, you take the enemy's power away when you're honest. You know, when you're honest with yourself, them demons, if you're not honest with yourself, they're salivating. Because now they can set up traps, set up nets, snares all over the place because you're not walking straight and being honest with yourself. But if you're honest with yourself, then demons can't fuck with you because you already told yourself the truth. You know, so a lot of you Israelites, you gotta be honest with yourself. You can't be hiding any nook and cranny of any dirt in a corner. Then demons can use that, and the whole house will be dirty.
Yeah, that's why the scriptures say to examine yourself.
Yeah,
Because how are you supposed to find out looking crazy if you're not looking at yourself?
Exactly.
It's like, oh, I'm good, but just going through every day, like SpongeBob SquarePants. You're not looking to see the fuck. I'm not really good at this. Why is this happening?
Exactly.
Right, find a root of the cause of why I'm doing these things that are bad. To try and fix yourself.
Yeah, that's right, man. And it finishes on to say, don't allow yourself to be someone who is stupid or show partiality to influential people. It's true. Yeah. I mean, obviously you're not gonna be fuck you, but you just kind of stand away where we're like, you know what? I don't part with you. I don't sit with you because this is what you do. I can't trust someone who's gonna change based upon someone's status. Yeah. You know, you don't want to be around someone like that. And a lot of you Israelites, are like that. You know, you camp hop because this camp is booming right now. Oh, this camp has the most controversy. Oh, you're just changing it based upon status. Groupies. You know.
As you always say, internalize it, right?
Yeah.
Hey, that could be a wife. It could be your kids.
Yeah,
it could be some strange uncle that has claiming that he's going to give you an inheritance.
Yeah, it's family too. Yeah, you're right.
Right?
Yeah.
Right? But, I'm just saying, you always mention that.
Yeah, it's true.
But that's what it's all about. Hey, that's what we're talking about as well. Not just without, but also within. You know, wisdom is going to rule regardless. That's the point.
Come on. Last verse, it says, stand up for what is right, even if it costs you your life. The Lord, Yahweh Shai, will be fighting on your side.
You should just finish it. We got like 3 more.
Okay, come on. It says, don't be quick to speak or lazy and negligent in your work. Yep. Don't act like a lion at home or be suspicious of your servants. Yeah, and some people, sometimes you're too suspicious, and being too suspicious is a lack of faith too. There's only so much you need to think about and let the Lord take the rest. It's too much because you can't control anything. So why are you being suspicious for? Now you have the scopeo. Yeah, it's overthinking. It's suspicious. You're paranoid. Exactly. So it says, don't stick out your hand to get something if you're going to be tight-fisted when the time comes to pay it back. Yep. That's right. That's it.
Okay, so I got this quick one that was moving. Sirach 11:25. In the day of prosperity, there is a forgiveness of affliction, and in the day of affliction, there is no more remembrance of prosperity. So I brought that because we were talking about conference a little bit earlier. So part of the conference is that if you look at when you first started, everything you got through, you're here right now. So obviously you got through everything to get here. So you look back at all these obstacles, the evil that you went through, everything like that. It's like, man, I got through all this. I'm here right now. Why am I afraid of all this other stuff? It's just something that might be a little more difficult, but I'm stronger now. So what am I worried about? So it's kind of like you gotta talk to yourself sometimes, be your coach. Yeah. Like, yo, it's true. And athletes know this a lot because a lot of times they have their coach, but a lot of times they're on their own.
Yeah.
Right? They're on their own, so they have to remember what the coach told them. Like, yo, you got this, man. You want this. What are you worried about this?
Which is that living water.
Yeah, exactly.
You've been studying, you've been spending time with Yahweh Shai, so guess what? He's showing up for you. Yeah. In your mind.
Yeah. Because it's really just him. It's really him.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's really what it is.
Yeah.
Right? He might talk in your own voice, but it's really
it's him. Yeah. Knocking at the door.
Right.
Exactly.
That's why it's him.
Yeah, exactly. You're supping with him.
Yeah.
I mean, that also, Yahushua said, man should not live by bread alone, by every word that come out of the book, right?
Right.
Paraphrase, right? So even when you're in moments where you are alone, sometimes you might be going through something and some precepts come into your head, in order to kind of maneuver the situation, whatever that might be.
Yeah.
I had a quick precept in regards to the confidence and self-respect. This is Sirach chapter 10, verse 8, and it says in GNT, my child, keep your self-respect, but remain modest. Value yourself and your worth, right? Because you don't want to think essentially too lowly of yourself. And that's something that a lot of our people suffer from in the world because they don't have an understanding of who they are. Right? They don't have a healthy self-esteem, and that's one of the things a good father does. When you look at the scriptures, like when moments there were times where for example, I'll just use Moses as an example. Like the Lord said, I'm not eloquent. Sorry, Moses said, like, Lord, I'm not eloquent and all that, and just giving your people, giving them that confidence to be able to maneuver through that situation, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, that's important. You don't want to think too highly of yourself because you see the dangers in that, but you don't want to think too lowly of yourself.
Exactly.
At the same time, where you're like timid and you're kind of standing still, right?
Mm-hmm.
To have like a healthy set of confidence in yourself.
Yeah, those are all gifts of wisdom. If you want to receive it, we always talk about that. Because that's beautiful. Because Moses said, "Oh Lord, I can't speak. Don't worry, I have a man."
Yeah, exactly.
Right. That's going to bring wisdom and right.
Speak for you.
Speak for you. Speak for you, and then I'm going to give you wisdom to break it down. So yeah, let's get out the way here. But easier said than done, right?
Yeah.
But don't get choked out, right? As you say, contemplate. You brought up a great point. Contemplate on when those scriptures. When you get that crisis, go back to how the Lord lead you, man. That's all we got.
Exactly. Exactly.
That was it, real quick?
Yeah,
That was it. I got a quick precept as Barazar, you mentioned coaching yourself.
Yeah.
Kind of
Beautiful.
in the spirit. So this is Psalm 77:5. It says, I have considered the days of old, the years of ancient times. I call to remembrance my song in the night. I commune with mine own heart, and my spirit made diligent search. Right? And this word, commune, the word is shayath, which means to put forth, mediate, to commune, to complain, to meditate upon, put forth thoughts. Yeah. Yes, sometimes you groan. Paul spoke about that. Sometimes we make groanings.
Spirit.
We can't even
utter. Yeah.
Sometimes you're complaining in the spirit. You can righteously complain to the Lord like David did.
Yeah.
Right.
That's right.
Just all kinds of spiritual things in your mind.
That's right. I have a script, if I may. I just want to touch on, going to the topic about being confident. So, like you said, do not be too, not have like self-confidence. Do not be too overconfident.
Yeah.
So that's like a balance in between. To where, like you're doing, basically, you're monitoring yourself and like not doing too much on either side. This book about Romans 12 verse 3, and it says, "For I say, through the grace given unto me, to every man that is among you, not to think of himself more highly than he ought to think,
right,
but to think soberly, according to as the Most High have dealt to every man a measure of faith." Right. So every brother has like a different measure, the different like talents. So like basically, guys, stay in your lane and just continue on in that lane, and not try to like veer off too much on the other side. And it says, for as we have many members in one body, and all have not the same office, so we, being many, are one body in Hamashiach, and every one members one of another. Having then gifts differing according to the grace that is given unto us, whether prophecy, let us prophesy according to the proportion of faith, or ministry, let us wait on our ministering, or he that teacheth on teaching, or he that exhorteth on exhortation, or he that giveth, let him do it with simplicity. He that ruleth with diligence, he that sheweth mercy with cheerfulness. Yeah, that was on that.
Real quick, Sirach 32:19 in the GMT, it says, never do anything without thinking it through.
Oh.
And once you have done something, don't look back and wish you had done something else. That's a double-minded man. That's a
interesting
person. Oh, I can. Oh, I gotta. I can't. Oh, I gotta.
Yeah.
Back and forth, bro.
Yeah, it's
like,
true.
You know some people like that.
Yeah, it's
like
true.
In the world, they're just, bro. Like
you gotta pick one.
Thing, they do another thing, and then they wish they did another thing, and just a big mess.
Yeah.
Double-minded.
You can't trust someone like that.
Yeah. Hell yeah. Right. It says, verse 20. Don't take a course of action that is dangerous, and don't make the same mistake twice. Don't be too sure of yourself, even when the way looks easy. Always watch where you are going. Whatever you do, be careful. This is keeping the Lord's command, right? And
Yeah.
I'll read a few in the NLT. Verse 21, be not confident in a plain way,
True.
and beware of thine own children. In every good work, trust thy own soul, for this is the keeping of the commandments.
Come.
It says, he that believeth in the Lord taketh heed to the commandment, and he that trusteth in him shall fare never the worse.
That's right. Okay. I got this. This is Sirach, chapter 5, verse 9, and it says, "Be certain, believe, and consistent in what you say. Don't try to please everyone or agree with everything people say. Always be ready to listen, right? Because you got to be yourself." Mike Tyson says someone who's friends with everybody is an enemy to himself. And it's true. You know, always doesn't mean you're going to be rude to people, right? But you're just not always going to be like buddy with everybody, because both of you are being yourselves. And if it happens where you guys are connected and you're really close, cool. As long as you're both still being yourself. And it says, always be ready to listen, but take your time in answering. Answer only if you know what, and if you don't know what to say, keep quiet. Speaking can bring you either honor or disgrace. What you say can ruin you. Don't get a reputation of being a gossip, and don't tell tales that will hurt people. Just as robbers will suffer disgrace, so liars will suffer severe condemnation. And how many times have we been gossiped about with these other camps? You're this, you're that, you're bums, you don't have jobs, you do all these things. So it says, do nothing destructive, whether it seems insignificant or not. And that's it.
Can I get this?
Come.
Philippians 4, rejoice in the Lord, Yahweh always, and again I say rejoice. Let your moderation be known unto all men.
Slacky, brother, speak up. Yeah.
Rejoice in the Lord.
There you go.
And again I say rejoice. Let your moderation be known unto all men. The Lord is at hand.
Mm-hmm.
Be careful for nothing, but in everything by prayer and supplication with thanksgiving, let your request unto Yahweh.
Mm-hmm.
And Apostle God goes into prayer being our medicine. All right. So when you're praying and you're doing what's expected of you, you have a certain amount of confidence to come on and push this work, right? However, you still have to remain humble doing the Lord's work, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I got that.
I got this one too.
The word rejoice just means praise.
You got some?
Yeah, beautiful.
No, bring on your script.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
So Proverbs 18 and 10. Read from the NLT. The name of the Lord is a strong fortress. The God you run to him and they're safe. So that's the elect's sure defense. Because back when you read about David, he didn't rely on his own understanding. He relied on the Heavenly Father to deliver him from all circumstances. Right? That's how the elect is going to be. Verse 11 says, the rich think of their wealth as a strong defense. And they got us in captivity. They imagine it to be a high wall of safety. Verse 12, haughtiness goes before destruction, humility proceeds on. Right? So the elect is gonna be humble, right? Because that's the position that Yahushua was in. So that's the same position that the elect are gonna be. That's all I feel right there.
Yeah, that's haughty pride, man. That's a poison, man. And it comes with also neglect. We talked about that, right? Because he started to feel good, So yes, just bringing it to the house, the Lord's house. That's perfect instruction for us. Looking outside of that filthy temple, man, all that bullshit, And it has crept in unawares, but the Lord's men are watching it. I'm talking about the haughtiness. right?
Yeah, even going back to your mention, because everybody looks to what do you call it here, IUIC. They got they're rich, right? They got the robes, everything, but they're not gonna be in a safe case when it comes to the judgment. Now everybody's on trial.
That's right. That's right.
So not everything is, some men, like, whatever, the Most High has their script written out, and then it's the end, like, you get off. But there's things that happen in between before that,
Absolutely.
right?
Absolutely.
You get warnings and shit just shit hits a fan, right? Before those things happen. So you have these
Signs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, tokens.
Yeah, tokens. Yeah. That's right. That was it on that?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll read this. This is Sirach 21. And just going into, because, hey, this truth is harsh, right? And we always talk about judgment, destruction for sin and all this. But the mercy is the fact that we have a grace period to repent. A lot of us have done a lot of messed up stuff. We have thought a lot of messed up stuff, but we're repenting from those things, which means we're turning back. Turning back where? To the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, to Yahweh Shai.
We're seeking his face.
Exactly. Yeah, we're seeking his face. So this is Sirach 21:1. It says, "My child, have you sinned? Don't do it again. And pray for forgiveness for what you have already done. Avoid sin as if it were a snake. And this is in the GNT, if you get too near, it will sink its teeth in your soul like a lion and destroy you. Every lawless act leaves an incurable wound, like one left by a double-edged sword." And that basically means you can't be healed without the truth, without this knowledge, right? Because it's an incurable wound. Now it says, if a person, or let me jump down actually. Refuse to accept correction. Okay, yeah, I'll jump down to 11. It says here, whomever wants to keep the law must learn what the law means. If you fear the Lord, Yahweh B'Shem Shai, in every sense of the term, you will have wisdom. And that just means you're putting the Heavenly Father's will, because we know the Heavenly Father's likes and dislikes. We know Yahweh Shai's likes and dislikes, and that's a blessing because that's a guide. So you put that knowledge in the forefront of your mind, you're going to walk the right steps in the right way. And it says you have to be intelligent to learn, because there is such a thing as just pretending to be intelligent. Yeah. Because intelligent, I think it goes into intel, right? Intelligent, intel, something that you have, intel, which is the same thing as education, right? Education is something that comes from within. So a lot of guys, it's a scary thing, but a lot of people are in the truth that don't actually have the wisdom, knowledge, understanding in their mind. They're actually pretending the whole way.
Yeah.
They're making the whole way through.
You read it earlier on in regards to ask the question, right? The precept, right? If you don't understand something, ask.
Yeah.
That's a command of the Lord. He says, ask me, and I shall give it to you.
Yeah.
And then it came up again, right? So if you don't understand the law, like, don't just pretend like you know, man.
Come on.
Right? And it tells you in the law that we're supposed to rehearse it anyway. The Lord tells us that we should rehearse it. So if you don't, and if you forget, and we did rehearse it, right? Because you just mentioned it as well. The Lord has already put it in you, but we have to rehearse it. The brother read rejoice. That means praise. So, but if we don't understand, that's the point. I just wanted to emphasize on that. We still have to ask.
God.
We may forget. And you said it earlier on, last point. You said, brother, I haven't heard that precept in a long time. And that sounded so fresh. Hey, and even that question you asked last night, it kept me up, kept thinking about it. It was beautiful. Anyway, brother.
Yeah, come on. It says, but there is such a thing as just pretending to be intelligent, which only makes people bitter.
Oh, wait a minute.
Yeah,
Yeah,
go
talk
ahead.
about the bitter, brother.
Go ahead. Go
Anyway,
ahead.
we don't have to. It came out earlier on in regards to the bitter.
Intelligence, you don't got it, and you became bitter. You killed your brother out of
Right.
jealousy.
Wow.
And that's what Jake does to Jake. You know, that's why the prophets, some of the prophets are going to be, you know, killed by, and as they have been, killed by their own people because of bitterness. You're mad that they have it and you don't, so you just want to take them out. That's the mindset of Esau and Cain.
That's what happened with Stephen.
Yeah. Con. Yeah, that's right.
We need the Lord's bitter, not Esau's bitter.
Mhm. So it says, a wise person's knowledge is like a river that never runs dry, like an ever-flowing stream of good advice. A fool, on the other hand, has a mind like a jar with a hole in it. Anything he learns is soon lost. You know, when an educated person hears something, insight, it stimulates his mind and leads him on to other ideas. But when someone who is satisfied with ignorance hears it, he won't like it and will forget it as soon as he can.
Having a form, that precept was coming in my mind, maybe it came in my mind, having a form of godliness.
Yeah.
Denying the power.
And never, it says never reaching thereonto, like never gaining or whatever.
Ever learning.
Ever learning and
Ever
never
learning, yeah.
never gaining. Yeah. Yeah, that was it.
This is Jeremiah 2:13. For my people have committed two evils. They have forsaken me, the fountain of living waters, and hewed them out cisterns, broken cisterns that can hold no water. Right? So going into the jar that has a hole in it, right? They can't hold onto the knowledge of wisdom of Yahweh Shem Shai.
Yep.
Right? And really because the Lord rejected it. Right?
Con.
Right?
Yeah.
I got a quick one. You got something?
Yeah.
I was gonna say, you mentioned earlier that when you're a kid, you know what I'm saying, you reprimand them again, but then if you see that they're not healing, you know what I'm saying, you stone them, get rid of them, right?
In the law, we're not pushing that out here, and you know, in the law, that's what it says.
PSA.
Yeah,
And
PSA.
the same thing with the Most High, you know what I'm saying, with his people, because they kept, you know what I'm saying, straying further and further away from the law.
Mm-hmm.
And then just get rid of them, man. You know, so the fear, if you fear your father, your earthly father, you're gonna follow the rules that are made within his house.
Yep.
You're gonna always abide by his rule.
Yep.
So fearing the Most High is actually smart because there's rules in our world, not the entire world, but our world of Israel that we are supposed to follow. Those rules, if we break them, the punishment is, you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Well, everything falls apart, even the earth.
Con.
If we break those rules, even the earth falls apart.
Yes.
Because, like you said, our rules, which are given to us from the Heavenly Father, are our rules to conduct the earth, how to live in this paradise I've given you. So you're right, 100%. This is how you live.
Yeah, you know, so we are living in Esau's kingdom now, Esau's world, and we abide by his laws. Don't speed, don't do this, don't do that. You know, we literally abide by his laws. When the law we should abide by is the law of the Most High. Because if we follow his laws, Esau's laws is automatically going to be followed, right?
Yeah.
We're living by the living water, pretty much. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's just what I
Con.
want to say.
And abiding by Esau's laws in terms, like you said, the speeding and stuff, paying your tickets and whatnot. It's also abiding by the Lord's law.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Romans
Yeah.
13.
Exactly.
The Lord set everything up.
Exactly.
You know?
Yeah. Give unto Caesar what's Caesar's.
So this is
Come.
Revelation 3:1. NLT, it says, write this letter to the angel of the church of Sardis. This is the message from the one who has the sevenfold spirit of the Most High and the 7 stars. I know all the things you do, and that you have a reputation for being alive, but you are dead. Wake up, strengthen what little remains, for even what is left is almost dead. I find that your actions do not meet the requirements of my power. Go back to what you have heard and believed at first. hold to it firmly, which is that first love.
Con.
Okay.
Yep.
Sometimes in your journey, you know, it's up and down, and you might find yourself a little too straight from the flock. You gotta come back. You know,
Yeah.
You gotta, you know.
Yeah.
Some brothers delve into the world too much. Whatever you do.
Yeah.
You gotta. Oh shit. You know.
Yeah. That's
So
right.
For other people, that's their way out of the truth. So that's why the Lord will bring you to those danger zones. You know, for learning lessons. A lot of brothers that were mixed with the world, they say, okay, this is really why I can't mess with this world, because this world is truly wicked. Because now I have these eyes to see, and I'm among these people, so there's no point. That's why the apostle said, you guys don't go to clubs.
Yep. Yeah.
There's no
point.
There's no real point to doing that.
Yeah.
Except please your flesh.
That's right.
And those clubs are dead as hell anyway.
That's right.
Oh, you brought up a beautiful illustration yesterday with the sheep. I kept thinking about that too. 2, 3 go here, 4 here, right? And excuse
They're
me.
very curious sheep.
Yeah, right. And the herder had to
walk
do his,
here.
You have to labor for them. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because remember, it says Yahushua prays for his elect.
Yes. Yeah.
Right. So.
Yeah.
It says, go back to what you have heard and believed at first, hold to it firmly, repent and turn to me again. If you don't wake up, I will come to you suddenly as unexpected as a thief. It says, yet there are some in the church of Sardis who have not soiled their clothes with evil. They will walk with me in white, for they are worthy.
Damn.
All who are victorious will be clothed in white. I will never erase their names from the book of life, but I will announce before my Alright, so remember, Yahweh's face is still turned from us.
Yes.
He's ignoring us.
That's right. You're right.
Know? And that Ammonite guy, he's a doctor. He did that experiment where he put rice in water for a week, and he labeled. There's 3 jars. He put a label. He said to one, I hate you, one, I love you, and one, I ignore you. He doesn't even say anything, right? So he said after about a week, he said the one that says, you know, I hate you, whatever. You say, you go to the jar and you tell it, I hate you every day, right?
Vibration, yeah.
That water was nasty, right? The water that where he said, I love you, it didn't smell. It didn't smell, it didn't seem tarnished.
Wow.
The worst water, though, was the I ignore you.
Okay.
It was moldy, it was done, it was finished.
Damn.
Completely. So think about if your parents are ignoring you.
Damn.
Right?
Yeah,
So
exactly what happens.
God ignored us, but he said, look, I'll give you
My son.
And he'll deal with you guys. So in that time, Yahushua is going to say, look, Yahweh, my father.
These are my brothers.
These
Yeah.
are the true men that serve you. And it starts with them, and then the 2 thirds will come back through that lineage. With their heads down, for obvious reasons. They're going to know, they fucked up. But
yeah, man.
The 3rd one is the lukewarm one.
Yeah,
spit that out.
Wow.
To mention what you mentioned earlier about the Lord says coming to as a thief, right? People, when a thief comes, you don't know what tool he's coming with, man.
True.
Right? He's gonna bust in the house, but you don't know if he has a gun.
It's true.
I know a Jake in the world. He busted one of my brother's friends. He busted in somebody's house, and then did a B&E and shot the man, the owner. Right? So it's like.
Yeah, you never know. It's true.
So it's like, when the Lord's coming as a thief, he's coming to take.
Yeah, it's true.
And it might be very much be your soul.
Yeah, kind of.
Because he is the Grim Reaper, right?
Yeah.
So it's a scary thing.
Well, I got you. That's the precept. Yeah, that's it. I got it. That was it. Yeah. That's the spirit. I was holding that. This is
There was a Jake who just shot somebody up there by Dufford and Major McKenzie. He broke in their house and they tried to fight him and they shot him. Yeah.
Right for this one.
God. So this is let me start at 9. This is
No, I'm saying the burglar shot the guy.
Oh, the burglar did. Oh, I thought the people shot the guy. Oh,
not the people.
Still, yeah.
The burglar did. The people tried to fight the guy, but the guy shot the
Revelation 14 and 9 in the NLT, it says, a 3rd angel followed them shouting, anyone who worships the beast and his statue, or who accepts his mark on the forehead or on the hand must drink the wine of Yahweh's anger. It has been poured full strength. It has been poured full strength into Yahweh Bashim El Shai's cup of wrath. And they will be tormented with fire and burning sulfur in the presence of the holy angels and the Lamb, right? In the chariots as the America's being burnt. It says, and also Esau, after the 1,000 years of slavery, you're gonna burn in the presence of Yahweh Shai and the holy angels. It says 11, the smoke of their torment will rise forever and ever, and for a long time really, and they will have no relief day or night, for they have worshipped the beast and his statue and have accepted the Amir name. This means that Yahweh Bashim Shai only Yahweh's holy people must endure persecution patiently, obey his commandments, his commands, and maintain their faith in Yahweh Shai. I heard a voice from heaven saying, write this down, blessed are those who die in the Lord Yahweh Bashim Shai, for now. Yes, says the Spirit, they are blessed indeed, for they will hard work, for their good deeds follow them. And this is the point you brought up, Yawasap. Then I saw a white cloud, and seated on the cloud was someone like the Son of Man. He had a gold crown on his head and a sharp sickle in his hand. Then another angel came from the temple and shouted to the one sitting on the cloud, which is a chariot, swing the sickle, for the time of harvest has come, and the crops are on the earth. The crops on the earth are ripe, both in righteousness and wickedness. So the one sitting on the cloud swung his sickle over the earth, and the whole earth was harvest. After that, another angel came from the temple of heaven in heaven, and he also had a sharp sickle. Then another angel who had power to destroy with fire came from the altar. Man, so the guy's gonna get busy. It's gonna be all out war and mayhem and destruction. It says, he shouted to the angel with the sharp sickle, swing your sickle now to gather the cluster of the grapes from the vine of the earth, for they are ripe for judgment. So the angel swung his sickle over the earth and loaded the grapes into the great winepress of Yahweh Bashim El Shai, Yahweh Bashim El Shai's wrath. The grapes were trampled in the winepress outside of the city, and blood flowed from the winepress in a stream about 180 miles long and as high as a horse's bridle, so up to a horse's stomach. So there's gonna be a lot of blood in that day. Like you said, man, you don't know what weapon a thief is coming in the house with. Yahweh Shai is coming. He said he's not coming as a man, so he's coming as a God. And we know, as being a God, he could do whatever. He's going to destroy in this way. He's going to destroy in that way. He's going to send up earthquakes.
And Ezra 13, it says he's coming with
Missiles.
With that tempest. Right?
Yeah, Khan.
That nobody's seen.
Yeah.
We've only seen it in a video with the chariot blasting a missile that was going to wherever it was, but we haven't seen that, like with
our eyes. Yeah.
These bodies, you would probably shit on yourself. You know, the Heavenly Father Spirit's not on you.
Yeah, 100%.
Joel?
Come.
Joel 3:13. Yeah, this is Joel 3:13. It says, put ye in the sickle, for the harvest is ripe. Come, get you down, for the press is full. The fats overflow. For the wickedness is great. Multitudes in the valley of decision. For the day of the Lord Yahweh is near in the valley of decision.
And where's that? Where's that?
America is going to be the valley of decision.
Nope.
No?
Nope. Not America.
No.
Help him out. Where is it? The valley of decision, Akin. Where is it?
It says outside of it. Sorry, 1 second. Can I go back over the...
Yeah, go ahead.
Just the top of this precept.
Yeah.
So it says, 1 second.
Even pull out a map.
No. Let's read the top of the verse.
Yep.
Before I mess up.
That was Daniel?
No, it's
Joel.
Joel, oh yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
okay, so.
Joel 3:13. All right, so at the top of it, it says, I have it here. It says, proclaim he this among the Gentiles, prepare war, wake up the mighty men, let all the men of war draw near, let them come up. Beat your plowshares into swords and your pruning hooks into spears. Let the weak say, I am strong. Assemble yourselves and come, all ye heathen, and gather yourselves together round about thither.
Right.
Cause thy mighty ones to come down, O Yahweh.
Right. So that valley of decision, where is that?
It's the Fertile Crescent. It's in Saudi Arabia, Iraq.
That area. Yep, that's right.
So it says here, let the heathen be wakened and come up to the valley of Yehoshaphat.
Right. Which means what?
The valley of Yahweh's judgment.
That's right.
Yeah, decision.
Decision. Yeah.
And who woke them up?
Chapat. Yeah. Khan.
It says, for there
Who woke them up?
Yahweh.
Okay.
Yeah. It says, for there will I sit to judge all the heathen.
There you go. There you go.
Okay, yeah. But in a second, okay, so that is where all of that is going to take place.
Exactly.
Okay.
It's going to be the epicenter of World War III.
There you go.
That's why, even as right now, that place has always been a hotbed, right? For decades on decades, it's always been a hotbed because we haven't been there, right? The Lord is stirring up that controversy, letting people know that there's something about this land.
True.
Right? There's something going on here, but people, why is there all peace in the Middle East and all this stuff?
Right.
So they say, right?
Yep.
It's because the Lord is stirring up that controversy.
That's right.
And so the Lord's going to gather all the armies to go over there and battle it out, man.
That's right. Exactly.
You know?
Exactly. Yep.
So it says the least of the flock shall draw them out because they're doing all that pulling out. So everybody's gathering there now. Russia, you got China, you got, you know what I'm saying, like all
Yep.
the nations going there, and the EU, all the EU nations going there as well.
That's right.
The Jays, they have their, I don't know if certain of you have seen the Greater Israel.
Project.
Yeah.
Yes. Yep.
So they want more land, so that's why they took out.
All those people there.
Yeah, Damascus and all of that, they're wiping them out, and then with that wiping out the Palestinians, and even I think they want to take out Jordan too, because it's all in their part of their plan, because they don't want nobody there but themselves.
Right. Trying to fight back for the birthright, basically.
They're trying to go back to all the way to the Euphrates, bro.
Yeah.
Never mind Damascus. They're trying to go all the way up there to the border of Egypt.
Yeah. All the way up.
They're causing so much conflict over there because they want this war to keep going on. They want Lebanon and Jordan and all these other countries to start attacking them so they can actually go there and wipe them out. Now you see it.
Yeah, I typed in how high was a horse's bridle? And it says about 5 feet off the ground. And the bridle
Goes around
the
the
head is, you know. That's
Oh.
that thing they put on the head.
Oh, so it's up to the head of the horse. Okay.
Yeah, that's the
The
bridle.
water. Okay.
It's what we put on the horse and you
Yes. Cool. I wonder where I got it from the stomach. Okay. Gone.
It could be more though, but 5, bro, that's a lot of.
That's a lot of blood, man.
That's a lot of
80 miles.
Yeah.
It's 5 feet to today's standard.
Go to the bridle.
No,
The
the-
horse's head is about another 2 feet.
Which is like
Roughly.
Right. That's what I'm saying. The horse and the brother.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know?
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. So we just know it's gonna be a lot of blood. Yeah.
Just got a quick one because you mentioned the Euphrates. We're talking about the fertile crescent. Revelation 16:12. It says, "And the sixth angel poured out his vial upon the great rivers Euphrates, and the water thereof was dried up, that the mouth of the east might be prepared." Right?
There you go.
So yeah, to go to what your brother said, that's why it's drying up, right? And it's actually the prophecy is happening right now. But like you said, we were talking about to kind of bring it back together, the confidence, everything like that. If you're going to the scriptures and reading the prophecies and you see what's happening, you shouldn't be like, how shit's not coming. Like you should be like, oh shit, man. Okay, he's coming. Let me just turn it up. I gotta turn it up because you can see the prophecies are unfolding.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, the reason why you can't see it because he didn't give it to you. You don't have the light in your candle. The oil's gone, right? That's why you really can't see it. If you really believed, you would be in there. You'd be looking. You'd be like, man, you'd be fired up. Like Apostle Tony always says, like, what is he always say? He says,
You'll be on fire.
yeah, on fire.
Yeah, you'll be on fire. Yeah.
Because if you're in the prophecies, you should see what's going on. Why are you not on fire?
Yep, exactly.
It's kind of it's odd.
And that starts here.
Yeah.
Being on fire, it's in your mind. Dude, you just love this thing. Like you love this truth. You love every aspect about it. Like it's not boring. Like brothers get woken up by the Spirit in the middle of the night and they gotta go work in 3 hours, but you don't complain about it because you love what you're doing. You know, these athletes, they lose sleep day in and night doing wickedness because they love it.
Yeah, wow, they devote themselves to it.
Yeah.
You read a powerful chapter, right? Revelation 14, there's so much there. I wanted to speak about verse 12 because that goes into what we're talking about, what you just mentioned, basically.
Mm-hmm.
I'll go to verse 12 first, right? It says, here's the patience of the saints, right? So the Spirit's going to be upon the Lord's elect, right? And hey, but you're going to see it, and it's going to look really weird. Right? Just talked about it, right? And there's a diligence that comes with it, but it's gonna look weird, man. Right? And if like the brother says, if the Spirit is not on you, hey, there's no way the Lord's gonna show it to you and reveal it to you. No way. But you can have a form of this. Anyway, it goes on to say, here's the point with verse 12. Here are they that keep the commandments. Right? Mm-hmm. And the word there that comes after it of the power. Right? It says God there, but we know it's Al-Hayam. Right? Powers. So the power of the Spirit is going to attend the elect. Mm-hmm. You're going to see that, and it's going to look weird.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, it's going to say this at the end, right? Between them, they're going to realize, the elect is going to realize what the Lord is doing, because it says, one of your favorite words is the faith of Yahushua. Right? Going into that light. You know, the example that's on them, but the power, that's what I wanted to emphasize with. Mm-hmm. And so you can talk a good game all you want, man. Hey, keep talking. But it's not what you just say, it's what you say and what you do in the Spirit.
True. Yep.
In the Lord's Spirit. That's what the Lord says. So, Lord help us. Of course, He promised that He will, so we can say that, right? All praises to Yahweh Hashem Yoshai. The brother of the precept, rejoice, right? And rejoice goes into praise and prayer. You know, that was the next word that came up. So I just wanted to emphasize that the power of the Spirit is going to attend you.
You said it's not what you say, or
it's what you say and do in the Spirit.
Khan, right? So this is Proverbs 16:2. It says, all the ways of a man are clean in his own eyes, but the Lord Yahweh weigheth the spirits. In the NLT it says, people may be pure in their own eyes, but the Lord Yahweh examines their motives.
Damn.
Right? Commit your actions to the Lord.
Damn.
Right? So,
do the Lord's will.
Proverbs 16:2.
NLT.
Basically, do the Lord's will. If you do His will, He's gonna bless you because you're doing His will in righteousness. Because you have the left hand side too.
And He keeps you humble. He keeps us humble because, as what was read, He says, "Look, I still have to make a decision on what you think."
That shows you that dream, man.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
You think you're doing right, you're doing the videos of brotherly and doing this, but your motives might be wrong.
Yeah. Why are you doing all?
Your succession of trying to
Yeah.
This little humble, you know?
That's why you gotta be careful, man. Yeah.
You got an inner motive in you, bro. Like,
yeah.
You know?
Like your motive to increase, because there's nothing to increase. There's nothing mad about increasing. But you're right. That's a slippery slope you're talking about. Very slippery. Because, like, of course, as a man, you want to rank up and build up and get better. But your motive to doing that, your motive should be like, because I want Yahweh Shem Shai to accept me. You know, not I just want to rank up and so now I got a better rank. I got I got this many brothers under me now and It's like you still have to be saved. To be saved. Forget your rank. You still got to be saved.
That was in One West. You know, it was basically currently got carnal, right?
Yeah.
And then corrupted a lot of men that actually knew the scriptures and had other men under them, and then certain men they fell out during 2000, right? So
a lot of men.
Yeah, it was a lot. So you have to build spiritually, right?
Yeah.
And it has to be under the same provision as Yahweh Shai's.
You had men that slept with other men's women because of their rank. you know?
Yeah.
So,
Shalom.
she can't be with you because
What the
you're not this rank. She gotta,
You're a soldier.
You gotta give her the sergeant.
Yeah, Comfy did that.
Yeah. Comfy, they celebrated birthdays, bro. They had birthday cakes. They celebrated birthdays.
Yeah, it's a queen of heaven.
There was
It's
somebody
very-
that used to go there, and they told me, they're like, yeah, we used to have birthday cakes, candles, blow it out, and we go. Crazy.
And when you think about it too, like the whole approving part and stuff and building up, we have to remember Yahweh Shai came down here to do all that to be approved of the Heavenly Father too. You know, so everything he did was to be approved of the Heavenly Father. So, you know, it's nothing wrong in building up and getting better. Just make sure in the front of your mind, or all around your mind, that you're doing it so that the Heavenly Father in your mind, you're like, I hope he approves me, because I've been trying to build. I've been trying to add to the penny he's given me. I've been trying to build. So that should be the motive, is that you want to be approved by Yahweh Shem El Shai.
Precept, 1 Peter 5 and 5. It says, in the same way, you younger men must accept the authority of the elders, and all of you serve each other in humility, for Yahweh Hashem, Yahweh Shai opposes the proud, but favors the humble.
And we all gotta serve each other. You know, the leader has to serve. You know, the brother underneath you has to serve as well.
Yep, that's right.
Still has to serve, right? So
He's the biggest servant.
Right. You know what I mean? Yahweh Shai, he's gonna serve the elect. You know what I mean? His
Mhm.
people, he's gonna serve all Israel.
That's it.
He's gonna minister.
Yeah.
He was here even washing disciples' feet.
Damn. Yeah.
You know? He was the greatest.
That's right.
You know? Next to
That's
Yahweh,
right.
of course, right?
Yeah.
That's right. That's right.
You know, so it's
It says a lot.
yeah.
It really says a
Everybody
lot.
has to serve, no matter what level you're on. So, you know,
Yeah.
you can't think that you're gonna be at a certain level and then you don't have to serve. No, you still have to serve.
That's right.
We're all servants. And right now, what we're doing, we're serving.
Mm-hmm.
We're serving food, spiritual food, to the elect right now.
Yep. And to each other.
To each other, yeah. And
Yep.
to each other.
Yeah, that's it. Because even when you look in, what was it?
Tobias or Tobit?
Yeah, he
Yep.
served the angel, right?
Yes.
And then he was eating.
Yeah.
So sometimes, like most of us, when it's an angel, you know, you gotta can't be ill-minded
Mm-hmm.
towards every Israelite, even though that some out there might be, you know, they're
Off,
astray.
yeah.
So you gotta test them.
Yeah.
What's this? That scripture in the Old Testament? Try to read the Spirit by the Spirit. I believe it
Right.
is. Maybe misparaphrasing it.
Trust Spirit by
Yeah.
Spirit.
Mhm.
And it's good. I got 3 more. So,
Oh,
verse 6, it says, so humble yourselves under the mighty power of Yahweh Shem Shai, and at the right time he will lift you up in honor. So we were talking about trying to rank up, they're not right in their mind,
Mm-hmm.
right? Because they're not doing it with humility, they're doing it with pride. They have like an ulterior motive, right? Maybe you have something against a brother, he's like, oh, this guy said something to me, I know I'm gonna grab him and I'm gonna put him in his place and I'm gonna make him do push-ups and, you know, like, so the Lord sees everything you're doing. That's the fucked up part, that you got in that state where you forgot that the Lord sees everything you're doing, which is because you're being prideful, so
Yeah.
you remove yourself from you. It's like, that pride.
Yeah.
That.
Yeah.
Really into Yahweh Shai, because like we said, you know, the Lord turned Yahweh turned his face from us. So it's Yahweh Shai's like, no, sorry,
Yeah.
no, I'm not good with that. Verse 7, it says,
It's like a prideful woman.
yeah. Give all your worries and cares to Yahweh Shem Shai, for he cares about you, right? So when you're going through stuff, just like the woman vents to you, you're supposed to vent to the Most High. That's the best person to vent to, because he's going to give you the correct information. How he goes about doing it, he might send you to a brother to talk to. He might read you
lesson,
scripture,
yeah.
or a lesson. You do a lesson. Oh snap! That's what I'm looking for.
Mm-hmm.
Or he works in mysterious ways. So you don't know how he's going to do it. But if you don't have that relationship with him, how's he supposed to help you? Right? It's like a woman that always runs to everyone else, but her husband. You're gonna be like, yo, like you go through all these problems. I'm here to help you, but you run to every single other person, but not me.
Don't come back to this house. Get out. Don't come back here. Don't come back
Especially
here.
with all the stuff you've done for that woman, and she
Yeah.
still doesn't come to you. It's like, man, really?
Yeah.
All right.
Don't come back here.
That's why I said. That's why I said, "Woe unto them that go down to Egypt for help."
It's fact.
And the last one says, stay alert, watch out for your great enemy, the devil. He prowls around like a roaring lion looking for someone to devour. Right? So you even look at what happened with Job. Satan took everything but his woman. Right? I guess we're going into woman, but he took everything but his woman. Why was his woman still there?
There you go.
Right? Because they're the weaker vessel. Demons just jump on them. And then they jump off. So when that happens, you have to be circumspect. Like, yo, okay, she started talking about all this stuff. Like, no, what? That's why Job checked her real quick.
Yep. He knew. He knew.
He's in that spiritual fight. He's like, what? Yeah,
Remember,
a quick jab, boom, he sliced her, right? Like,
yep. Remember these guys had the accounts of Adam. Like they knew about women.
Yeah.
I mean, like he knew. Job wasn't like no idiot. Like he knew. Yeah, he wasn't no simp. He knew.
He said you speak as one of the foolish
Woman. Yeah, it's like, are you stupid? Yep.
Got Job 31 and 3. It says, "Is not destruction to the wicked, and a strange punishment to the workers of iniquity? Doth not he see my ways and count all my steps? If I have walked with vanity, or if my foot hath hasted to deceit, let me be weighed in an even balance, that the Most High may know mine integrity. If my step have turned out of the way, and my heart walked after mine eyes, and if any blot hath cleaved to my hands, then let me sow and let another eat. Yea, let my offspring be rooted out. If mine heart have been deceived by a woman, or if I have laid wait at my neighbor's door, then let my wife grind unto another, and let others bow down upon her." So pretty much Job is going into, him being righteous, having integrity. And he said, look, if I went off, let the Most High put me in a balance. But then he's going into other things where he's saying, look, if I do go off,
bring me back.
These crimes, which is the next verse that says, verse 11, "For this is an heinous crime, right? Adultery. Yea, it is an iniquity to be punished by the judges." But he said, if I create, if I go off like that, then just take me out.
Yeah.
But Job's saying before, look, you know my steps, you know what I've done.
Right. Yeah, Khan.
That was Job 30?
31 and 2.
Adam 3:7. This is in regards to the servitude. This is Luke 22 verse 24, and it says, "And they began to argue amongst themselves about who would be the greatest among them. Yahushua told them, in this world, in the NLT by the way, in this world the kings and great men lord it over the people, yet they are of the people. But among you it will be different. Those who are greatest among you should take the lowest rank, and the leaders should be like a servant. Who is more important, the one who sits at the table or the one who serves? The one who sits at the table, of course, but not here, For I am among you as one who serves." Just going into the mentality that Yahushua exemplified was the attitude of being a servant, regardless of the position
that he had. Yeah.
He had, right? He said, "Why call us down be good?" Despite his all the knowledge, wisdom, understanding that he had, he still took the lowest rank. And just like we were saying, washing the disciples' feet, right? Just to give them an example of how for them to carry themselves when the disciples eventually became apostles. Right?
Yeah.
And it gives us an example of how us to be with each other, right? Especially in these times, right? So that was it.
Yeah, Yahweh was his high priest, and he's giving us, like you said, the example, right, in the order of things.
Yeah.
Right, do what I do.
Yeah.
And what I say.
In
spirit and in truth. Right? And the Lord, Yahweh, Hashem will bless you. So yeah.
Out the script. This is 1 Corinthians 6, start at 1. Dare any of you having a matter against another go to law before the unjust and not before the saints? Do ye not know that the saints shall judge the world? And if the world shall be judged by you, are ye unworthy to judge the smallest matters? Know ye not that we shall judge angels? And being a judge or judging things just goes into ministry. It's part of it, right? And judging all things. We judge Every day we make judgment calls.
Everything,
You know what I mean? So,
everything, brother. Yeah,
We will form an opinion
Right.
based on these scriptures
Right.
by the way of wisdom.
absolutely.
Right? That's one of the things, first and foremost, Well, starting within.
Mhm.
Internalize.
We're gonna be judging angels. Man.
Mhm.
That's right. All right. It says, "Know ye not that ye shall judge angels? How much more things that pertain to this life? If then ye have judgments of things pertaining to this life, set them to judge who are least esteemed in the church. I speak to your shame. Is it so that there is not a wise man among you? No one that shall be able to judge between his brethren? But brother goeth to law, and that before the unbelievers." Verse 7, "Now therefore there is utterly a fault among you, because ye go to law one with another. Why do ye not rather take wrong? Why do ye not rather suffer yourselves to be defrauded?"
Yeah, a lot of Israelites. Sometimes you want to, or a lot of times you want to justify yourself. You want to fight your own cause and make your own claim. When it's better just to let the Most High do that. At the end of the day.
Take the low route.
Exactly.
That's right.
Why? Like you shouldn't. It should be bitter it should be a bitter thing to be striving and like arguing unwisely with another brother. That should feel bitter. Like you don't want to do that.
It's cringe.
Yeah, it's cringe. Yeah, you don't want to do that.
Yeah.
So if it's heading that way, just take the low. But all right, brother, you know what? You got it. Just let the Lord, judge the situation.
I appreciate what you're saying. That's why people in the world, they can't do that. They can't take the low because to take the low, now the other person's higher than you. So to them, now they're competing with that guy. So it's now like, oh, now he's higher than me. I'm not gonna take a low. F that. I'm not doing it. Nah. So they get into that whole thing where they're competing with the person. There's rivalries, and that's what the world pushes. It pushes competition,
Yeah.
which is not a good thing. It isn't actually a good thing.
Yeah.
Pride, P-R-I-D,
Yeah.
pushes
It
out
leads to their pride. And really, you should be competing with yourself. That's the only person you should be fighting. The man in the mirror.
Right.
That's the only person that's really, he knows all your weaknesses, all your strengths, right? So that's the only person you should be competing with. But the world pushes that idea of like, oh, I gotta compete with this. Not doing that because it leads to envy, it leads to strife, it leads to jealousy, it leads to covetousness,
Yep.
right? Because now you see this guy's more than you. You might be better at something that you're not good at. That was his gift. But now he's like, oh, I want his. Right? I want that. I want what he has. So it just leads to this whole mess of shit.
It could lead to bloodshed.
Yeah.
100%. That's what it leads to.
That's what it leads to.
That's actually what it leads to.
Yeah.
And then you forget yourself.
Yeah.
When you're competing with yourself, you're in line with what's been given to you, what gifts you have and stuff. But when you start looking the other direction and competing with somebody else, and you keep watching them, like you said, you covet after their gifts, and you forget about everything that you were given. And now you're so far away from that because it's been weeks, months, whatever, how long you've been doing it. You're leaving your maker because pride is the beginning of pride is when a man leaves his maker.
Yeah. So I got a script just to the back of what you just said. It says, okay, let's go to the point. Okay, so verse 5, Sirach 14:5, it says, "He that is evil to himself, to whom will he be good?
Right.
He shall not take pleasure in his goods."
Right.
And then verse 6, this is, I guess, to sum it all up. Verse 6, it says, "There is none worse than he that envieth himself, and this is the recompense of his wickedness." Because he actually gave what the Lord gave him. Now he's like, oh, you gave me this, but this guy has that. I don't want this. Right? I want what he has. It's like, bro, like you're not even like, what? It's like, what? So yeah, it gets to that point where now they hate themselves.
Yep, 100%.
Which is like,
based upon your outlook on somebody else.
Exactly. Yeah, so like the world,
That's crazy.
and that's why you see these guys, especially like I was working in the business, I guess, the field or corporate, where you have to do with sales and stuff like that. And they're always pushing sales, and you got these guys doing all these sales, and meanwhile someone is actually doing the job right, is not getting as much sales. But now they create this atmosphere of competition, right?
Yeah.
But meanwhile, when you actually look at what that guy's doing, he's doing wickedness to get those sales.
Exactly.
That's what happens. But these people, they can't see that, right? So I'm doing that. I'm looking at it. There's no way you're doing this right and you're getting this much sales. And I talked to him. I found out, I was like, yeah, he's doing wicked shit. I was like, all right, man. This is why the sales is not really. It's not a really good thing. It's
Well,
Frauding.
Yeah.
Lies.
Yes, you're
Upselling.
through wicked.
Yeah.
Upselling shit. Boiler room.
Yeah.
Yeah. You can make money doing it the right way, but it won't happen as fast.
Exactly.
That's what it
Exactly.
is.
You can still make money doing it the right way. It just won't happen as fast. Yeah. Exactly. Okay, you're right. You're right. Even that one guy, you know, old job for years. You were like, yo, this guy's gonna lose his job.
Oh, I knew it.
He kept saying, this guy's gonna lose his job. He was doing all kinds of things, forging signatures, doing drugs, forging signatures on contracts that are like thousands of dollars. And he's like, yo, he's gonna lose his job. I'm like, yeah, maybe not. Remember, the Lord has his law. And then come to know, the man lost his job, went crazy, was stealing from a store, EB Games. He's the he's the manager of a major gym, and it's in the mall that his gym's at, and the EB Games is upstairs. They got his name, they got his face posted there. Don't let this guy come in.
You know, it's funny to add to that situation.
Crazy.
Really played that. I think it played on mine because I was working at Crunch, at gym, and he came to one of the gyms in the Brampton location. He went there, and the guys were talking about some guy, and it was like, yeah, I was like, he sounds familiar. I was like, yeah, is he a big guy? So they explained to him, that guy, the manager.
Yeah.
And they said he went in there, he started bugging out, he took his shirt off, he started acting crazy, even crazier than when he was at our gym.
Wow.
Right? So the Lord really messed him up.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things he was doing that we're not even aware of.
Oh yeah,
Right?
What he's not aware of? Because I went through what you're talking about. Real quick, a short version. Hey, listen, this guy come with the hype. Hey, the man lied and said I made millions. I'm not lying, bro. I said that man just bought a house. He made thousands. That was just the hype. And then it went into the stuff that the brother was talking about and what you're saying. So the other things is the hype before, which is how it started. The lies that these guys tell us, man, it's corrupt. I'm lying. Said I was making sold his house. He's worth millions. I'm not lying.
Yep.
That's what the guy said about me. And none of it was true. And then, so he had all those people in the room. They all came around like that. So that's just that. And now, Salaki, brother, then they go into that stuff. And that's how they read their shit. But it starts with that wicked pride. Right? That's what's underneath. It says, the scripture says, pride goes before the fall. And it's not going to end well for you if you see this video. And I have nothing against you. Right? I don't have anything against you. True. Because the brother brought up a precept about judge. Judge just means form an opinion, and the men are sitting here. The opinions are formed by wisdom.
Yeah.
We follow wisdom to the best of our ability as the Spirit leads us. So yeah, it's not going to end well for you guys over there. Go ahead, brother.
Oh, let it finish.
Just to add what you said,
It's all good.
quickly, that guy also knows. He used to always say, "I don't make less than 100,000 a year."
Right.
So he used to always say. So the funny thing is, the scenario where in the future, where this guy told me when he was in their gym, they said that he bugged out, they kicked him out, and then he had to call his Uber to pick him up. So this is the guy that said he just makes 100,000 a year. So I started dying laughing and I was like, oh wow, most people fucked me up. Right. So the Lord and. The point I was going to say too is because he came against men that are in the truth. He came against me and Amon.
Yeah, it's true.
He just kicked out the job from.
It's true.
We were
Coming
like,
after us for a while. Yeah, it's true.
They got to the point where they're writing these contracts that never existed.
Yo, I never even thought about that, but that's true.
It's not real.
Yeah.
What's going on here?
The man was coming after. Yep, it's true.
I'm like, what? Okay, but then the Lord got him at the end.
Yeah. We had to suffer all that too. It was for years.
Yeah.
Forgot about that. Yeah. Go ahead.
Quick one, just to back up again.
Nahum 3:1.
And then we'll probably close up. Yo, you brothers. Hey, Malak, you got just calm down.
This is Nahum 3:1. Woe to the bloody city! It is all full of lies and robbery. Pray departed not. And the way this whole society is built off lies.
Yeah.
Right? Scamming, defrauding your neighbor and all that stuff. Getting one up on somebody, you know? The Lord's coming back to plant all of that, man. Alright? Because this society cannot stand based off of the house of cards. This is just bullshit.
God.
You printing out fraud
Yeah.
putting out a fake value on it, saying it's real. This is how much the value of this dollar bill, right? And somebody can just come through and make it them damn self. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's a fact. That's a fact.
It's done.
Yeah.
He said the house of cards.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You can see Babylon over there, America is about to crumble, right? Because they're already crying.
Yeah.
The farmers are crying because they have nobody to take their crops.
Mm.
The Mexicans are hiding, and who's not hiding is gone.
Oh,
And the
con.
Americans, the Americans don't want to work the field.
Con.
They ain't got nobody to work the field.
Exactly.
So it's gonna be a hyper inflation over there.
Yeah, yeah.
So it's crumbling.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So this man go in the office and thinking that he's gonna, you know what I'm saying, solve a problem, and the problem is what the people want. It's not what's logical for the country. You get what I'm saying? So now it's gonna just
Yeah.
they're gonna fall.
Yeah.
And AI can't solve that
No,
problem.
Because
You have to know when to pick. There's a certain thing of when picking a harvest is supposed to be at a certain time when the moon comes.
Right.
Which a lot of people don't even know that.
Farmer's Amalek.
Yeah.
Talks about that.
Yeah, there's Benjamin knows they talk about it, but I haven't heard the Latin tribes. I know they talk about it, but it's gonna be in their language, right?
Yeah.
So I heard Benjamin always talking about they pick it right before the full moon. So it depends on what it is, but there has to be a certain time, or because I guess the water level and stuff like that. So it's a skill. You have to know.
They call it a harvest moon.
Yeah.
Oh, that harvest moon.
100%, yeah.
I got one last precept for myself here. This is Isaiah 51, and let's say, yeah, Isaiah 51, and start at 15. And it reads, "For I am the Lord Yahweh, your power, who stirs up the sea, causing its waves to roar. My name is the Lord Yahweh of heaven's armies." It says, and this is in the NLT, Isaiah 51 and 16 in NLT. "I have put my words in your mouth and hidden you safely in my hand. I stretched out the sky like a canopy and laid the foundation of the earth. I am the one who says to Israel, you are my people. Wake up, O Jerusalem. You have drunk the cup of the Lord's fury. You have drunk the cup of terror, tipping out its last drops." And so we're at the last end of our curses. So that's why he's saying, wake up. You've drunk, you gotta wake up. We're about going into the daytime, and these curses are about to be transferred onto our enemies. It says, verse 18, "Not one of your children is left alive to take your hand and to guide you." These, because majority of children in Israel are degenerates, right? They're either dead or in the streets or whatnot, right? Yeah, dry bones. So it says, "Not one of your children is left alive to take your hand and guide you. These two calamities have fallen on you, desolation and destruction, famine and war. And who is left to sympathize with you?" And the reason why and it says, "Who is left to comfort you?" And the reason why the Most High is asking that, because you didn't come to him for comfort. We talked about it. You're like a woman who went through all these other nations and to everybody else instead of your husband for advice. So the Most High is like, okay, well, all these came on you, so who's going to comfort you now? And it says, "For your children have fainted and lie in the streets, helpless as antelopes caught in a net." And that's the system. You're either dead or you're corrupted in the system. It says, "The Lord Yahweh has poured out his fury. Yahweh B'Shem El Shai has rebuked them. But now listen to this, you afflicted ones who sit in a drunken stupor, though not from drinking wine." So it's telling you, even in the NLT, it tells you the wine is spiritual, And it says, verse 22, this is what the sovereign Lord Yahweh, your power and defender, says. "See, I have taken the terrible cup from your hands. You will drink no more of my fury. So you heathens, starting with Esau, Edom, you set up this net, this trap for us to continually be wicked and be judged, and you accused us to the Heavenly Father. Now you're going to be in slavery under us. Now we're not going to have a wicked system, but you're going to be a slave in that system. A hardcore slavery, very hardcore slavery. Exactly, pay for your iniquity.
It's a double.
Double. Yeah, that's right.
That's hardcore.
That's
Super
hardcore. And you're getting whipped. We got whipped by a man that's weaker than us physically. He's gonna be getting whips and stripes by extraterrestrials, but gods that can. Yeah.
No, continue.
No, that's it. That's it.
No,
Go ahead.
There was a thing I seen this morning. I should have sent it to Mark because usually I send annual shorts.
Yeah.
So, you said the strength of a gorilla is 10 times of its weight it can lift.
Right.
But it's just strong as 20 people.
Hmm. Yeah.
So imagine that. Fuck.
Hey, there's
I can't put a number on that.
There's tiny animals like the Wolverine. It has a screech. Its bite force is like 100 or 150 pounds bite force. So its jaw.
That should be.
Yeah, something like that.
No,
Maybe
it should be 100, but I think times that it should be in the thousands.
Thousands, right?
Yeah.
So something that's 1,000 pounds, it can bite through it in its mouth. Right? So remember, the Lord promised that these animals are going to have a field day too. When you look at these animals, you know those monkeys in the cage, and people like to fuck with them because they react all crazy. They'll do this and put in front of their face, and the monkey will literally like, yo, I can't wait till, like, they're like looking away like, you're lucky I'm in this fucking cage.
Yeah.
So the Most High, all this happens under, like you said, under rulership. You know, you let the animals go to waste like that. So all of creation is against you. All of creation. Last verse, it says, 23, instead, I will hand the cup of your torment, I will hand the cup to your tormentors. Those who said, we will trample you into the dust and walk on your backs. Yeah, and that's it.
Beautiful. Hey, just in case you people miss it at home, that cup is slavery. Okay, you're gonna miss it. So get back again. The Lord said it again. That cup is gonna be given back to you. Double unto you double.
Come on. Any lasting precepts or statements, Malcolm?
Yeah, I just have one. In the book of Ezekiel, real quick. Just one precept. Brother can get it for me. Shop 44:9.
Ezekiel 44:9.
Yeah, 44:9. Maybe we want to just read the 8th verse just to give a little context, but it's going into what the Lord requires, right? And simply put, you know what He's going to do. His power.
And 8. And ye have not kept the charge of mine holy things, but ye have set keepers of my charge in my sanctuary for yourselves.
Hey, that's right. So, hey, we're talking about the sanctuary. We believe by faith that we'll be unveiled with Him, man. Right? Not outside the temple doing wicked things and doing all that stuff, man. Yahweh Shai help us. But this is about in His sanctuary, man. It's serious stuff. He invited us in there to look behind the veil. Okay, read, brother.
Verse 9. Thus saith the Lord Yahweh, no stranger, uncircumcised in heart, nor uncircumcised in flesh, shall enter into my sanctuary of any stranger that is among the children of Israel.
That's right. That's the point. It's simple. That's the Lord's commands. To deal with our brothers and our seed. You know what I'm saying? In spirit and in truth, whether they hear or forbear. But He says, the Lord says, read it again.
It says, thus saith the Lord Yahweh, no stranger, uncircumcised in heart, nor uncircumcised in flesh, shall enter into my sanctuary of any stranger that is among the children of Israel.
He said that the Spirit's going to put out on His elect. They're going to be spiritual men, and we have the record. And you read Revelation 14 real quick. Verse 11 was what the brothers were breaking down in regards to the image, the wickedness that started with pride. Just wanted to say that for you folks at home. 14 and 11 going to the beast system. Right? There's nothing here for us. This is not our rest.
That's right.
Right? That's our rest right there. And we pray that Yahweh Shem Shai continue. We agonize for it. Don't give us the plague of the mind. Any
Yeah.
plague but the plague of the mind.
Yeah.
You know, so that we can dwell with you in your sanctuary.
God. Then no strangers too.
No
It
strangers,
says
too.
within edification. So, just for edification, if you're an Israelite but you weren't born in the land of Israel, you were counted as a stranger. You know, so that's just talking about Israelites, not talking about heathens or any other nation. Just like in what's it called? Isaiah 14, and the stranger shall join onto them. Those are Israelites. That was another?
Yeah, no, that's it.
Come on, go ahead, Shemai.
So close up.
Yeah, close up.
So now we're gonna close up. We give all glory, praises, and honor to
Yahweh, Ba'Shem, Yahushai, Ba'Hashem, Rakakadash.
say Kwame
Call me Allah.
Abba
Ababa Ba.
Shalom to the
Shalom to the whole full elect.